back in the booth, back on the airwaves. Coming at you live from the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. John Reed, Cody McClure, Sam Beard, and Bad News Bubba Shone. Happy Thursday to you. It is April 30th. Happy birthday to my old lady, if she's listening. Happy birthday to Cody, a couple weeks late. How are you today, my friend?
I'm doing good. Happy birthday, old lady. Hope you have a good one. Doesn't sound good coming from me, does it?
I think it works.
But she's your old lady.
Yeah.
I can't call her old lady.
No, you probably shouldn't, but
Then it just sounds like I'm calling her an old lady.
Yeah.
You know, she's not old.
You probably shouldn't, but
how about this? How about happy birthday, young lady?
There you go.
Somehow that sounds way worse.
Yeah.
That sounds creepy. I don't like when I hear an older person call a younger person young man or young lady, unless it's like a very elderly person.
Uh-huh.
But if it's like a guy in his 50s, you know, you hear these like reporters, these old ass newspaper come on. They're like, well, this young man has tremendous athleticism. I don't like it. I don't know why. I just don't like it. Unless the guy is like literally elderly. Like if he's in his 80s, then yeah, sure. He comes from a different time, you know. This young man's very explosive. It just makes you sound older when
Sure.
you say that. But anyway, happy birthday to her. And it's good to be here. Good to be anywhere. Hope you're all well out there in the world. You freakish people. Good morning to you. And, you know, that's it. That's all I got.
Okay. Sam, what's up, man? How are you?
What's up, man? I'm doing pretty good. Honestly, I don't wish I had a little more to report, but long day yesterday, unboxing stuff, and then had a little homemade like hibachi bowl type of thing.
Okay.
Hibachi.
Yeah. Little shrimp, just a little like shrimp and rice and avocado. A little teriyaki sauce on top. Bada bing, bada boom. Rewatched Sandlot for first time in a while.
Doesn't really hold up, does it?
Honestly, it was better than I thought it would be. That
But you're
like this many years back.
Not really a sports movie, more of a friendship movie.
Yeah, but it's wholesome.
Yeah.
I realized that like they've got maybe the best 3 or 4 scene stretch in sports movies out there.
But again, not really a sports movie.
Wendy Peppercorn to the night game,
the night practice.
This guy, what a hater!
They didn't.
You would have never made the Sandlot team.
They didn't even play. They didn't even play a game.
You would have been one of those guys on the little bikes coming up.
I would have stayed.
Those guys were way cooler.
They lost.
I would have just stayed there at the pool. That's what I would have done.
The pool is cooler too. Let me guess the other scene. Keep going, or you keep telling me the scene.
No, it's fine, man. If you just want to, blank all over this movie, keep going in.
No, the movie's fine. It's good.
No, it's fine.
It's a solid friendship coming of age movie. It's just not a sports movie. That's it. That's it. It's
what a curmudgeon. 8 minutes into the show.
It's a solid movie. If you and your boys want to watch it and like relive your youth, that's good. It's just don't call it a sports movie. It's not a sports movie. The climax of the movie is
sorry, Rotten Tomatoes read.
It has nothing to do with Rotten Tomatoes
for me.
The climax of the movie is, either the pool scene. I mean, that's the most iconic one,
or them always the climax for me,
or them getting chased by a dog. That's it. It's them getting chased by a dog or going swimming, mixed in with some practice. That's it. No big deal.
Well, I
enjoyed
enjoyed
kid movie.
I always liked the movie.
It's a great kid movie.
When I was a boy.
You and your buddies.
You say it doesn't hold up, though. I mean,
it holds up fine.
I watched it smoking grass with the fellas, back some years ago. Maybe I haven't seen the movie since probably 2012, 2013. It's been a long time, but I recall us getting real high one time and watching it.
I'm sure you loved it.
And it was fun.
Yeah.
Enjoying it.
if you like, sexual assault, that's good. That little boy sexually
Say
assaulting.
what?
That little boy is sexually assaulting that lifeguard. If you like it, go for it.
Oh, come on.
I personally choose not to.
Come on. Just boys being boys. I always liked The Sandlot. I mean, it's a solid movie.
Yeah.
Sam tricked me yesterday.
What did Sam do to you?
He told me he was going to give me beef, and then he put turkey in my mouth. It was not beef. I was like a dog who got thought he was getting something.
It's like
good.
I put the pill in like a piece of cheese for you, and you still ate it.
Yeah.
It's always good. You drop something on the floor for a dog, and they pick it up, and you're like, "You don't want that, buddy. That's a pepper. Don't eat that." And they still put it in their mouth, and they immediately spit it out. Like, oh, yeah,
yeah.
broccoli. Ugh.
I thought I was getting.
You liked it though.
I thought I was getting a French fry, and it was a carrot. It wasn't.
I thought you were going to say smacked you in the face and said you guys have problems now.
It wasn't nearly what I was hoping for. It was good.
He's giving you beef and then just calls you a big idiot.
No, it was
says
good.
He hates you.
What did I eat yesterday? I don't remember. Don't remember at all. Did you steal anything yesterday?
No.
Me neither.
No.
I don't think. Not that I recall.
How many people do you think stole sodas yesterday?
Several, I would say, across the planet. I would say a lot. At least.
Like just our listener base after the end of the show.
Not as many. Probably like 100. Maybe 100 people or so.
Bubba, you good this morning?
I'm just hanging on.
Do you have anything interesting to say?
Got chewed out last night.
Hopefully at the ball fields and not just in your regular life.
Yep.
Okay, who'd you get chewed out by?
Coach. Coach.
What'd you do?
He got upset over a quick pitch that occurred, but the kid was standing in the box willfully, like way up in the box, like almost crossing the home plate, like he was that far inside. And though his batting stance, his elbow like goes across the plate, so he's really leaned in across the whole damn plate. And then, if you're gonna take a swing or whatever, like practice swing, either call time or take a step back, right? Don't do it right in the middle, and then they just keep doing this as the pitcher's getting ready. And then when the kid throws it, goes, whoa, 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 whoa. It's like, buddy, he was in the box, man. And he goes, I know this may be hard for you because this ain't high school or anything like that, but this is Little League. I was like, exactly, sir. Teach them if they want to call time, call time.
Then what?
That was that.
You didn't throw him out?
Nah. There's already other situations happening. The kid didn't want to put on his helmet and bat, so the coach and the parent maybe had a couple words with each other. That was a little stir. A kid finally not finally, but a kid unfortunately got hit by, a comeback shot.
Oh, no. Hold on. A kid finally got hit?
I said unfortunately.
Finally, one of these kids got hit with a ball.
Unfortunately. Kid didn't deserve it at all. Bad look. Awkward. Felt bad for the guy. Right. Pivotal on the ankle bone. So it really shook him up and took him out.
One more word out of you, coach. One more word and you're out of here. So you guys start screaming at him.
It's above me.
You having fun?
Have
you gotten paid yet?
Nope.
When do you get paid?
Don't know. For now, I'm just a volunteer.
When you get paid, I bet it'll feel a lot more worth it. But for now, I bet it does kind of suck.
Yeah, because it's like once you have a problem with some of these guys, you start getting anxiety by constantly being around them. You're just like, man,
I was going to have a panic attack.
I just know this coach is going to give me something today. And then when they get upset over either bad calls or just bad fielding, because a kid literally could not put his glove on the ground last night, and like 3 balls went right between his legs. That poor shortstop, and I was like, I don't know what to say to this kid aside from like, hey, man, block it off. Just put that glove, scoop up some dirt, man.
Pull up your skirt.
Nope.
Get on the ground.
Put some dirt on it. That's what they say.
Okay, we'll talk some sports coming up next. I got nothing really to report either. I ate some ice cream last night. That's about it. Took some pictures. Watched some basketball. We'll talk about the basketball.
What flavor?
What flavor ice cream you think I ate?
Vanilla?
No.
No, he's a vanilla guy
chocolate.
through and through. All the other flavors are trying too hard. They're not ice cream anymore. They're an experience at that point.
You know, I don't mind all the extra ice cream flavors, but to me, chocolate's the best. I don't need to be a look at me guy and go around and put sprinkles and ice cream and mix it with chocolate and mix it with candy and do all this other stuff. And wow, I got some strawberries now on it. And oh wow, this tastes like mint. Nope, just give me chocolate and a good waffle cone, and I'll be happy.
Actually, I'm in total agreement with you. I've never understood why people need gummy bears on their ice cream. I don't get it.
I don't need gummies
for the vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was cool. I mean, it was cool as a kid to go. They really tried to make frozen yogurt a thing for a while, like during my high school.
They tricked me.
Years.
I thought it was ice cream.
They tried to make it a thing, and I'd go get it, and but you gotta load it up with all the damn Oreos and stuff just to make it edible. I mean, just give me a regular 2 scoops of chocolate ice cream and a waffle cone, and let me go.
I do miss TCBY, the country's best yogurt.
And I got to say, the 2, actually, I think it was a medium. It was 3 scoops. That 3 scoops and waffle cone was absolutely delicious.
3 scoops.
I thought that was crazy, too, for a medium, but yeah.
Were they heaping scoops?
No, they were pretty regular size scoops.
Regular scoops?
But it wasn't a large, so I was like, well, at least I didn't get a large.
Did you go to the place where people go? The place,
the place where people go? Where the hell is the place people go?
The popular place?
I mean, I went to I consider this place. I mean, this place is pretty packed. It's pretty popular. It's a chain. There's a new one in Farragut. It's the first time I tried it. It's nice. I just went to Brewster's.
Oh, well, I thought you were downtown. So
yeah, but I came back.
Oh, okay.
I came back. I said we had ate dinner down there. We had eaten dinner down there, and I was like, I don't want food. I don't want ice cream right now. I was like, I'll get you some ice cream because it's her birthday. I said I make a deal. You can get some ice cream down here if you really want it, but I'm not getting any. Or we can get ice cream when we get closer to home, and I've had a little bit of time to digest this food.
Listen here, sweetheart. I'll get you some ice cream, but we're not getting it downtown.
No, I said she can get it downtown. I said whatever you want. I said you're just gonna be eating it by yourself. I said I'll get some if we get a little bit closer to home and I've had time to digest this burger.
I always eat ice cream by myself.
Well, she didn't want to.
Usually in the car.
She said, let's go closer to home and eat some.
People drive by and they just see me licking my ice cream cone in the car.
Well, that's good.
Not really.
We'll talk some basketball coming up next. Stick with us.
Take Fan Run Radio with you on the all-new Fan Run app. Just search for Fan Run Radio wherever you download your apps.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Grab a pack, grab your friends. Everything else in life can wait. Your friends shouldn't. Let's go. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Are you thinking of buying a home but don't know where to start? Well, call VFL Josh Travis, your local mortgage expert with Foundation Mortgage, based right here in Knoxville. Whether it's your first home or your forever home, he'll keep the process simple every step of the way. To get started, visit mortgagebrokerjosh.com or call 423-312-9777 today. Foundation Mortgage Company, LLC is an equal opportunity housing company. NMLS number 1387311.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
Who's ready for some Smokies baseball? Catch all the action next week with your favorite promotions. Kicking off the week with Cinco de Mayo. Then All You Can Eat Wednesday, Knox Vegas Thirsty Thursday, and over the weekend, we've got Feel Good Friday. And do you like gum? Yes! Well, how about Big League Chew? Good, because Saturday, it's Big League Chew night. Get ready to blow some bubbles, and we've got fireworks. We're closing out the week with our day game, and we're celebrating Mom. Next week's plans are set. Get your tickets now at smokiesbaseball.com.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Are you ready for the start of a new season? Maybe looking for your team to go on a tournament run? Get game day ready with Crumble. Head on over to your nearest location and pick up 12 pre-selected cookies plus exclusive toppers. When you're looking for dessert options, there's no question about who you should call on. Our listeners already know. Last year, the Dubai chocolate was a home run, along with the brownie batter. Oreo crumb was another crowd favorite. What new flavor will set the standard this season? If you're in the Knoxville area, there are 3 locations ready to serve you: Clinton Highway, Parkside Drive, and Maryville. Download the Crumble app to build your best lineup and vote on the best combos. You can even put your bid in to request a new flavor. Order in the app and slide on over to your nearest location. Tell them Fan Run sent you, and as always, it's for the fans, by the fans. Don't miss the cookies.
Good morning, Knoxville. I'm Aiden Sidoti, and this is your TalkSports update for Thursday, April 30th. Number 8 Tennessee softball is set to close out the regular season on the road with a 3-game series at Missouri. The Lady Vols roll into Columbia fresh off a series win at home over number 3 Alabama. In golf, multiple representatives for LIV golf players have started reaching out to the PGA Tour to explore what a path back could look like. This comes after reports that Saudi Arabia's public investment fund plans to end its financial backing of LIV after the 2026 season. And in the NBA, Cade Cunningham scored a franchise playoff record 45 points as the top-seeded Detroit Pistons beat the 8-seeded Orlando Magic 116-109 to avoid elimination in Game 5. For the latest news on all things Tennessee softball, head over to fanrunradio.com or check out the new Fan Run Sports app. And now back to you guys in the studio.
Cody, are you worried? Are you worried about your Los Angeles Lakers?
Well, a little bit. They have let Houston really narrow this thing up. Not quite entirely, but they'd be the first team to ever blow a 3-0 lead.
You know, I gotta be honest. I'm a little nervous. There's been a lot of talk about LeBron James over the years. If you were able to attach the only blown 3-0 lead in NBA history to his resume, that'd be pretty tough.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, despite the fact that he is a 41-year-old man out there.
And that, like, really, once you get past the third best player on this team,
not a lot of depth.
No. And, like, really, like, the third best player, like, and that's counting Austin Reeves coming off of an injury as the second best player, which Reeves was up and down last night. He scored some points. He did some things, but he also, I think, was 4 of 16 from the field. So, like, he's working himself back from injury, you know, and trying to get in the rhythm. And Game 6 or Game 7, I expect him to play better. But, yeah, like, when you start looking around the court and it's like, okay, they're not getting anything from Jared Vanderbilt. No, he sucks. Jake LaRave, no, he sucks. Luke Kennard played 31 minutes and had 1 point. Hey, Sam, text William and ask him about that. Since he wants to ask you about Luke Kennard when he plays well. A series on the line, starting next to the GOAT, and he goes 0 for 4, 1 point.
I was surprised to hear that my mom was watching the game last night.
Really?
I was on the phone with her. She's asking me what I was doing.
She was up late.
I said, well, I'm just watching some TV here, you know. And she said, you're not watching the game? I said, what game? She said, the Lakers. Kind of wild that she was watching it.
Does she have a reason she was watching it? Does she like basketball? Is she interested in LeBron James?
She knows Austin Reeves is from back home. But
I didn't know if she was maybe sweating your parlay with you. Like, what do you have in this game, honey? Give me something to root for.
No. I didn't have any parlays last night, but I would have taken the Lakers, so I'm glad I didn't.
Well, that's good. That's good.
Because they lost.
I had a player parlay in the Lakers game. I would have hit a real nice chunk had the Lakers won, but what are you going to do?
Yeah, I mean, who wants to bet on Houston? It's no fun.
No, but I give him credits, and in particular, he didn't have a very flashy game. The stats don't really stand out, but I do give a lot of credit to Reed Shepherd, even though he's a big Blue Nation boy. He was the face. He was the reason they kind of gagged away Game 3 at home. He had the turnover, up 3 with 20 seconds left that led to the LeBron game-tying 3. But last night, the game gets close. LeBron goes on a run, gets it down to 3 points. Reed Shepherd hits a bucket. And then on the other ends, LeBron tries to kind of bully him, and Reed Shepherd just takes the ball from him and gets a run-out layup/dunk to put it back to 7. He made 2 really big plays when the game was in the balance. So I give him credit for kind of growing up there.
Well, they almost did it again.
They almost did.
They opened the door for the Lakers, and it was because it was 96-87, and then the Lakers had cut it to 96-91, and Reeves and LeBron both had a shot. They both missed. They both had a shot there that could have cut it down to like 2. But
LeBron had a shot with 12 seconds left, down 4. He had a 3-pointer that would have made it a 1-point game and really tightened things up. But even before then, about the 3-minute mark, they had walked them down from a 12-point deficit, and they had got it to 3, and then Reed Shepherd made some pretty big plays.
Yeah, and then they got that Şengün fella. He seems to play well when I watch him. For the most part, Alperin. His name's Alperin. Interesting name.
It's a weird name.
Yeah, he must be a foreigner.
Yeah, and LeBron was trying to bully him, yell at him at the free throw line, say he's the softest big man in the league.
Mm.
He's like, no, you're the one person on the court that can't talk trash. You big as hell and you soft. You're a soft-ass big man.
They caught LeBron saying that?
Yeah, while he's on the free throw line. That's where a lot of the trash talking happens whenever they're kind of all standing around the free throw line together.
Mm-hmm.
But LeBron's yelling at him. 25 points, 7 assists, 3 rebounds. Pretty good numbers, but the 0 for 6 from 3. And that's what's happened to LeBron in the playoffs over the last, 3 or 4 years, is just the fatigue sets in. And when the fatigue sets in and you try to shoot those long jumpers, you ain't got the same amount of legs, and they start getting flat and they start coming up short. If you go back and look at the losses in the playoffs over the last couple of years, it's usually because he's just settling for 3-pointers because going to the rim just takes so much damn energy and he gets tired.
Well, he played really well early on in this series.
Yeah, he did.
I mean, he looked like, prime LeBron out there at times. But yeah, I mean, you see the age. You realize you're watching a 41-year-old man at some point. It's just hard to keep that consistency of a guy who may be 26.
He was bad all around in Game 4. He was 2 of 9 from the field, 0 of 3 from 3. Like I said, last night he bounced back and was at least getting to the rim. Like if you remove the 3-pointers from the equation, he was 9 of 14. 9 of 14 for 25 points, getting to the free throw line, bullying around the block, hitting his mid-range jumper. That's an awesome game. It's when you add the 6 3-pointers in there where it really became a problem.
He just ain't got all the juice that he used to have,
Sam, are you rooting for the Rockets to complete the comeback and give us NBA history and come back and be the first team ever to overcome a 3-0 deficit? Or do you want to see LeBron and the Lakers and maybe Luka take on that Oklahoma City team in round 2?
Honestly, outcome doesn't matter because I hate Oklahoma City, and they're going to beat either one of these teams, and they're going to do it in a disgusting fashion, and it's going to make me more disinterested in the NBA playoffs. So,
yeah, I will say I do think at least in round 2, especially if Luka can come back, like LeBron and Luka and Reeves, to me have a better chance out on the perimeter against Oklahoma City's defense than Reed Shepherd and Amin Thompson. So I think from that perspective, you should probably root for the Lakers. But yeah, it's gut check time now because Houston gets game 6 at home, and that would be a pretty intense game 7 in LA if they've won 3 in a row and decades and decades and decades of history were on the line in a game 7. Last night, Cody, was the first time LeBron James has lost a home closeout game in 18 years. He was riding a 16-0 streak.
Wow.
Where when he gets a chance to close you out at home, they win. They take care of business.
I imagine Jack Nicholson was at all of those games with the Lakers in the past. Was he there last night?
There's only been 2. There have only been 2 with the, in those situations with the Lakers. I don't know if he would have been there. Maybe in 2023 he would have been, but I haven't really seen him at games.
Yeah, I don't know
old.
if he's still able to go to the games.
It seems like the Lakers have kind of lost the A-list charm.
They've lost their edge.
Yeah, did you see that video at the Knicks game the other night?
No.
Did you see it, Sam? Bubba, did you see the list of celebrities out on Celebrity Row at the Knicks game? They had some pretty damn good A-listers. It was Ben Stiller and his
Timothy Chalamet, probably Kylie
Jenner, but then
Spike Lee.
But then after they get to Kylie Jenner, it's like here's Tina Fey and Tracy Morgan. You're like, it is a lot of star power here. And then, like you said, yeah, there's even more when you look at Spike Lee, who's always there. But it was a pretty impressive row. Just kept going and going. Like, oh, there's a Jenner. Oh, wow. There's Timothy Chalamet. I got to say, though, this series has really made me not like Timothy Chalamet. I'm glad Marty Supreme got shut out. Little punk.
Why don't you like Timothy?
Well, he's rooting for the Knicks.
Oh.
Maybe when the series is over, I won't hate him anymore. I'm trying not to hate Ben Stiller because I really like Ben Stiller. But, yeah, all this stuff in this series has made me pretty upset.
Well, it'll be over soon.
Oh, that's funny. That's a good one.
And then you can move on.
Well, it will be over soon, one way or the other. By hook or by crook. Tonight's game 6, and game 7 is just a couple of days after that. So you are right in that.
Well, maybe we'll get some good game 7s in these playoffs,
I would say that we will get at least a couple of game 7s. Whether or not they'll be good, we'll see. But like the East, for the first time in 23 years, all 4 series are headed to game 6. It's the first time that all 4 series have been headed to game 6 since 2003, I believe was the year I saw.
Detroit making it interesting, not letting Orlando just entirely embarrass them.
Did you watch any of that game? That game was kind of what you wanted. It was a superstar in Cade Cunningham and a star in Paolo Banchero. And those 2 guys are just going mano-a-mano, especially in the first half, just scoring. They both end up with 45 points in the game.
Yeah.
Cade Cunningham with a nice bounce back. Still turned the ball over a little too much. 6 turnovers. Kind of keeps his pace going where he was averaging 8 a game over the last 3. So he still wasn't taking care of the basketball enough.
6 turnovers.
Yeah, but if you go out and score 45 points, we can overlook that.
Guy got more turnovers than a bakery out there. Call up Pillsbury.
That's 30 in his last 4 games. But, like I said, you overlook that whenever you're having to do everything. And when you're actually going out and scoring 45 points, you can live with it. But, yeah, Detroit, got to go to Orlando and win game 6. And if they can do that, then, yeah, they'd have game 7 back at home. They have to like their chances. That one was pretty fun. The Cleveland-Toronto series.
Haven't watched a second of that.
Well, that one was interesting because, Cleveland kind of dominated games 1 and 2. It looks like we were headed for a short, boring series. But then all of a sudden the Raptors won game 3 and game 4 and got back into it. And then next thing you knew, the Raptors pretty much had a double-digit lead the entire time last night. And you're like, oh, wow, are they about to steal game 5 and really put the pressure on Cleveland. And then in the fourth quarter, the Cavs came out and the Raptors couldn't really make a shot for an extended time. They only scored 17 points in the fourth quarter, and the Cavs were able to win Game 5.
So when this round is done, there will be will there be
we go to what's called
the
second round.
What is that? There will be 8 teams left.
That's right. Yeah, 16 and the 16 make the playoffs, and then of course you cut it in half.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll call that that'd be the quarterfinals.
3 Game 6s tonight. 3 Game 6s on Friday. So like I said, between the 6 series, I would imagine you get at least 2 Game 7s. I'd be surprised if you didn't get at least 2.
Yeah, there should be, which is good because that means more basketball in the off days.
Now, whether or not that ends up being good basketball, we'll see, because like one of the teams that should force a Game 7 tonight is Denver. And I don't know if Denver at home against the shorthanded Nuggets would necessarily be a good Game 7, but we'll see. Hope the Hawks can force one tonight.
Will Anthony Edwards come back for the Timberwolves?
If they make the second round, yes, but not. I don't think he'd be back in time for Game 7.
Yeah, they'll probably lose that series to Denver then.
Well, if they lose tonight, they will. But I kind of think they might be able to handle it tonight, undersized and undermanned, home court. Maybe they can get some energy in there, and the role players can play better. But
and Oklahoma City, how's their?
They sweat. They sweat.
It's over.
Yeah, they sweat. They're going to get extra rest and wait on the Lakers.
Now Sam says he hates Oklahoma City.
I think everyone kind of hates Oklahoma City.
They call him Samothy McVeigh over there. The Boston and Philly.
Yeah.
Now that one's intriguing because Boston should be rolling, but the Sixers seem to have had their number a couple of times.
Yeah, I mean, the Sixers have played well, and they got Joel Embiid back, and the Celtics ain't got nobody big that can guard Joel Embiid.
I don't like Joel Embiid.
You don't?
Nope.
Why not?
I just don't like him.
The whole Olympic thing, where you couldn't decide which country you wanted to play for?
The things I've seen from him, the things I've heard, I'm just not a fan.
Sam, you like Joel Embiid, or do you have an opinion?
I feel like he misses 80% of his games.
Yeah, he kind of makes me sad because, like, a lot of times, like, the injuries are just, like, random, too. Like, he gets his face randomly broken. This time it was, like, his appendix was bursting. Like, that's not really anything you can really prepare for. Bubba, do you like or dislike Joel Embiid, or do you have an opinion?
I have no opinion.
That's fair. That's okay. We'll talk some Tennessee basketball and some Tennessee sports coming up. The Big Orange Caravan was rolling. You had some interesting comments, some interesting wink-winks. Stick with us. It's Talk Sports on Fan Run Radio.
Check out exclusive Fan Run video content on YouTube. Just search Fan Run Sports and be sure to like and subscribe.
Who's ready for some Smokies baseball? Catch all the action next week with your favorite promotions. Kicking off the week with Cinco de Mayo. Then All You Can Eat Wednesday, Knox Vegas Thirsty Thursday, and over the weekend, we've got Feel Good Friday. And do you like gum? Yes! Well, how about Big League Chew? Good, because Saturday, it's Big League Chew night. Get ready to blow some bubbles, and we've got fireworks. We're closing out the week with our day game, and we're celebrating Mom. Next week's plans are set. Get your tickets now at smokiesbaseball.com.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
Yeah, it's another day, but what kind of day is it really? A day of doom scrolling? Laundry day? Nah, it's a White Claw day. Light and refreshing tasting, uniquely cold wave filtered. There's an iconic flavor for everyone. So grab a pack, grab your friends. Make the most of each day with those who matter most. When you're together with White Claw, every day is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. You just gotta grab it. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Citizens Citizens National Bank.
Life is more fun with a Good Life account, offering extra benefits, including bank travel. Experience the trip of a lifetime to Ireland. Explore rolling green hills, historic castles, and charming villages across the Emerald Isle. Get in on the fun. Call 865-429-7935 today.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. Go ahead, feel your engine. Admire that perfectly installed exhaust. Your vehicle's moving along this freeway like it was made from fresh installs and a whole lot of love. With eBay Motors, you get over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Running a business, coaching a team, planning your next big event, you need more than just gear. You need SM Athletics and Logo Solutions. Custom uniforms, branded apparel, promotional products, done right, done fast, and built to show off your brand with pride. From local businesses to high schools to major universities, SM Athletics is trusted by winners. Get real service, get real quality, get noticed. SM Athletics and Logo Solutions, where your brand comes to life.
Visit smathletics.com and let's build something great together. Talking some Big Orange. Sam, you were correct. Josh Elander moving Tegan Coons to the Friday night spot in the rotation. He made clear this morning on a radio hit here in town.
Okay, I was wondering if they released like
he was doing a radio hit.
3 or no?
He was doing a radio hit with John Wilkerson. And yeah, he revealed that Friday night, Tegan Coons, Saturday, Evan Blanco,
okay,
Sunday, Landon Mack. So not changing the arms, just changing the order, which we'll see. I mean, we on one hand, like I said yesterday, I think I kind of liked this new Tegan Coons maybe giving the bullpen a break on Saturday and going deep in the game. But at the same time, we both talked about it. We've all talked about it. How important winning game one is in a series and how much pressure it felt like you took off yourself when you beat Mississippi State on Friday. And you kind of want to give yourself the best chance to do that. You want best on best, and right now your best pitcher is Tegan Coons. So I'm not going to second guess Josh. We'll see how it goes. It makes me excited to watch, Friday night now against Kentucky. And like the Mississippi State series on the road, if you go out there and you win game one, that really puts you in a good position to at least get 2 out of 3.
Kentucky's given us some problems over the years with their small ball, stealing bases and such, and all that they do. That they're a little bit different this year, according to what I was listening to some reporters say. So some guy that covers the Kentucky baseball team, he was saying they're a little bit different now. That they're not exactly that same small ball team they used to be.
Tennessee yesterday, the basketball staff, Rick Barnes, did a lot of traveling. He went to California and then back to the mid-state for the Big Orange Caravan.
What was he doing in California?
Hanging out with Juke Harris.
He should have went to Yosemite. It's a beautiful place to see.
Hanging out with Juke Harris.
Where does Juke Harris live?
Where does Juke Harris live?
Yeah.
I mean, he's from North Carolina. I assume he lives at North Carolina.
Why was he in California?
I would imagine getting ready for the draft.
Oh.
If I was guessing.
Well, all right.
I'd imagine you go out there and you do some training. I don't know. I would think these guys would have to stay in school and do their schoolwork.
Yeah, student athlete.
Especially since, Juke Harris is,
flirting with the idea of returning to school. You would think you'd want to finish strong in the classroom. What'd you boys make of the announcement that Tennessee going to have a home game against Michigan State next year? Michigan State, Sparty, going to come to Knoxville. And then, of course, Tennessee would go back to Michigan State the next year.
A trip to East Lansing next year, huh?
Yeah. What do you make of it?
Well, I hadn't heard that until just now.
Oh, okay. Well, they announced it yesterday. Michigan State coming to Knoxville. Tennessee will head to Purdue. You'll have the neutral site North Carolina State game in Nashville. We're going back to Las Vegas for the Players Era tournaments. So 3 games there. And then you'll play some random ACC team that hasn't been announced yet.
So
there's a chance there's a chance, I guess, that maybe that would be Duke or North Carolina. I don't know if the SEC and the ACC will give us the proper respect and let us play one of their premier programs.
Boston College.
Wake Forest. Juke Harris battle. So
that is gross, but it does make me mad. We should
play Syracuse again.
You're right, and that does make me mad. We deserve a little bit more damn respect as a program.
Well, didn't we
play Miami?
Didn't we play North Carolina in that?
We played North Carolina
some years ago.
I don't think that was the ACC SEC challenge. I think that was just a home and home we booked with them. We played them Dalton's year, and then they came here. Well, they came here, and that was 2018. I don't know if that'd be the return trip or what, off the top of my head.
I'm sure we'll get to see Kentucky play Duke.
Well, it'll be interesting to see because Kentucky's brand is really taking a hurt. So, I do think Tennessee should be given that spot. I do think they have kind of earned it to be playing one of the better ACC teams.
Do you consider us to be the best program in the Southeastern Conference?
I think every school at the top has a claim. I'm not going to say without a doubt we're the best program. Florida won a national championship. Florida was really damn good this year. Had they made a deeper tournament run, I think it'd be, really hard to argue against them, but they didn't. So now all of a sudden you look and say, yeah, you've made one deep run where you won a title, but that's really all you've done the last 6 years. But again, it's a title.
Iowa.
Yeah, but again, that's winning a championship. Alabama's been pretty much neck and neck with us. They got a Final Four to show for it. Arkansas is below us if you take the last 5-6 years, but John Calipari's there, and I understand his star power. And Arkansas was pretty damn good last year. So if you wanted to say that they rank ahead of Tennessee right now, I would disagree, but I would understand the argument. Kentucky, just the legacy. Auburn, if Bruce was there, you maybe would say, but right now you'd feel pretty good about being ahead of Auburn. Texas is going to be really good on paper next year, right, Sam? They're going to be a top 5 team, I believe, in the preseason.
Yeah.
So them combined with their brand power, I could see them getting a nod in terms of scheduling. Not saying Texas is a better program, of course, but I'm just saying if you're trying to match up the ACC and SEC, Texas is a huge brand, and they're going to be a top 5 team. So, you might see Texas play Duke.
I think in terms of current day, there's only 2 others that have a case, and that's Alabama and Florida.
Sure, and I don't disagree with that.
I think we are ahead, without a doubt, of Kentucky, Auburn, Arkansas, and Texas. I think Alabama can make a case, and then, like you said, Florida. A championship, you win a natty. That's
right.
It's hard to dispute that. But I tell you what, none of those teams you mentioned have done. None of them have been to 3 straight Elite Eights. Not a single one of them.
Alabama getting the Final Four kind of stinks, right? So that if you want to say that that's a tiebreaker over you as well, it's hard to argue that because they've been pretty neck and neck with you just in terms of regular season wins, especially over the last 4 years. They weren't very good in 2022, but the last 4 years they've gone 16-2, 13-5, 13-5, 13-5 in the conference.
Mm-hmm.
That's obviously really, really, really damn stout.
Yeah. Yeah, they might make a case, but
and then, like I said, a Final Four on top of it. Just comparison, Tennessee's gone 11-7, 11-7, 14-4, 12-6, 11-7.
Yeah, but the postseason mark that's what everybody remembers.
And the head-to-head. Yeah. And unlike Alabama in 2022, Tennessee was really damn good and went 14-4. So like our excellence or our winning goes back a little bit further than them. Like
we run a clean program.
And their 2022, they were 9-9. They were 500.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't finished 500 since COVID in the SEC. So, again, you can argue. Alabama fans will say they're better. Tennessee fans will say they're better. I'd say they're pretty equal. I'd say we're more likable. Like you said, clean program. And Rick Barnes should deserve any tiebreaker over Nate Oates.
Our coach doesn't wear a plaid suit jacket.
So, if you look at the top of the ACC last year, Duke, Virginia, Miami, North Carolina, Clemson, North Carolina State, and Louisville are kind of the top 7 teams. Sam, I think you were joking when you said Boston College, but call your shot. Who do you think Tennessee draws here in the ACC Challenge?
I would say NC State, but we're already playing them. Kind of like what Bubba said. Miami feels like a good one.
Okay. And Miami, they bounced back this year. They were 13-5. They were a fun tournament team.
And we have played them recently.
Bubba, so you're sticking with Miami? You and Sam picking Miami?
Yep.
Cody?
Duke.
I would say they maybe give you a Virginia rematch from the tournament game. I would say maybe they look at that and say, hey, you just played Virginia. Well, play them again, brother. I think Virginia would be my prediction.
I want Duke. So we got to go to Purdue.
We got to go to Purdue this year. Yep.
Yuck.
That's one of those that you just roll the dice.
Yuck.
Bob's gonna be there.
Bob will be there wearing his Boilermaker black.
Maybe he'll have one of those split allegiance, half shirts on.
We make clothes here at SM Athletics.
Yeah.
If you need any apparel, hit us up. Maybe the boss man can whip Bob up some Purdue Tennessee split gear. You're right.
Yeah, I think that'd be fair.
I really want to lead the charge. I don't think I'll be able to accomplish it. I feel like I was, talking about the big football schools trying to do the scrimmages against the lower in-state schools. I feel like I was talking about that before most people, and that's kind of gained some steam. So maybe I can put this one in existence. I want home and homes in the same season. Like they said, we're going to go. Michigan State's coming here, and we'll go there next year. I want to do that this year
with a non-conference team playing them twice.
Yeah,
that ain't never going to happen.
I want it to happen. What's stopping it? Would it not be more fun to play Michigan State home and away? Would it not be more fun to play like Purdue home and away in one season? That way, like you can kind of like really see how you match up, really see how you coach against them, really see who the better team is. You don't get screwed by just having the road game against Purdue, and now all of a sudden they get bragging rights over you. Like, hey, come to Knoxville. That would go a long way in boosting your RPI, I would imagine, your net ranking and all that.
I've never heard of that.
I mean, they do it in the SEC.
Well, yeah, but that's conference play.
Sure.
You don't play a non-conference team twice. That's unspeakable.
You do it in the NFL. You play your division team twice.
Yeah, but you're not playing. If you're in the AFC West, you're not playing an NFC West team twice.
Well, sure, I know, but I'm just saying I want that in college basketball because I like it. I like the chess match. I like the matchups. I like getting a little bad blood brewing. And also, it feels weird when you got to wait to get your lick back a year. The whole team's going to be drastically different. I'd like to see how the teams did if they played twice in 1 year.
It's an interesting thought, but it's not something that I see happening.
No, it's not going to. It's not going to. But we'll play Michigan State this year, and then we'll go next year, and it'll be a completely different roster.
The only way typically you'd play a non-conference team twice would be if you play them once in the season, and then you might draw them again in the tournament. I mean, that happens, of course.
Yeah, and this one, I guess now in today's climate, you could theoretically play them twice if you are both in the Las Vegas Players era tournament.
Yeah, theoretically.
Yeah, and you draw each other. Doesn't seem like the room really supports my idea of wanting the home and home to be in the season.
I mean,
No.
Okay, that's fine.
I would go for it, but I just I don't know. I'd have no problem with it.
We already expanded the tournament, man. Just chill out for a second.
Well, I'm just saying, the least amount of games I can get where we play loser schools in the middle of the week, the better.
Nicholls State.
Yeah, like the fewer amount of those games we could play, the better. I think just for
Greensboro.
Yeah, just for everybody involved.
Chattanooga,
I'm all right with. Give those boys a little money.
Chattanooga, Bubba.
Go Mocs.
Chattanooga. The Titans. Yeah, so Michigan State coming in here. That'll be fun.
Yeah, it should be.
We can get our lick back from that Elite Eight loss back in 2010.
We already did that when we beat them in the exhibition, brother. We beat them in the exhibition a couple years ago.
Yeah, but that didn't count.
No, it didn't. And I honestly don't even remember if we won or not.
That'll be.
I think we did. I remember Connect going off, but I don't remember the final score of it. I thought we won, but I don't know.
I think we did. Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be a fun atmosphere. Hopefully, for that game. It'll probably be a December game somewhere.
Just the more basketball teams can play against each other, the better. Though that is what I like about the NBA playoffs. Is like you actually get multiple matchups against the same team, and you see a chess match. You see some bad blood really build up.
I don't know. I think I'd rather see an NBA team play Chattanooga just to see how the game goes.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Watch LeBron out there against some 6'2" white kid.
I don't guess I'm getting any support.
From Crossville.
It's fine. People thought I was crazy when I was like, hey, let's just get rid of spring games and do spring scrimmages. But, like, we're getting closer and closer to that. I'll wait in 10 years. People will be like, hey, let's just play home and homes in college basketball.
That spring scrimmage idea, it's a fun idea until your quarterback tears his ACL against Mercer, or whoever you're playing there.
Sure.
It's a fun idea.
If you want to live your life in fear at all times, I'll put you in bubble wrap.
I do want to live my life in fear when it comes to having my quarterback get hurt in a spring game.
Yeah.
I would rather him be in bubble wrap.
We've never had a star player get hurt just working out. Oh, wait, we lost our starting cornerback last year just running sprints.
Yeah, I mean, I know it happens, but the less risk, the better. You know what I'm saying? The less risk, the better.
Yeah.
You put them in a game situation in the spring, and then suddenly you get some punks coming down, like those Akron boys. Remember them?
You don't play the punks from Akron. You play schools you have good relationships with. Come here, UTC. Come here, Austin Peay. Do the job. Let's keep it clean, fellas.
UT Martin, maybe?
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Coach Simpson, your other little boy can come to Knoxville as long as you guys come here and be sweet.
Yeah, since Ty chose not to come.
Hour 1 in the books. We'll kick off hour 2 with some headlines. It's Talk Sports on Fan Run Radio.
The flagship station for Tennessee football. Fans. Fan Run Radio.
A brand built in Tennessee and born from the love of the game. Inward Half revolutionizes golfing comfort. Crafted by a former pro and dedicated enthusiast just like you, our luxury performance wear guarantees you stay cool and comfortable through every swing and every day. We're not just a brand. We've set out to create a lifestyle for those who understand that impeccable style and premium performance are a hole-in-one. Enjoy the walk-in with Inward Half.
Blackford Veterinary Surgery Referral specializes in surgeries not regularly performed by your pet's general veterinarian. They're currently accepting referrals from vets all across the country. With their newly renovated state-of-the-art surgery center and highly trained staff, clients can rely on professional and thorough care. If your vet says that your pet needs surgery or rehab, ask for a referral to Blackford Vet and let them get your best friend back on its feet. Located conveniently in West Knoxville. For more information, visit blackfordvetsurgery.com.
Who's ready for some Smokies baseball? Catch all the action next week with your favorite promotions. Kicking off the week with Cinco de Mayo. Then all you can eat Wednesday, Knox Vegas Thirsty Thursday, and over the weekend, we've got Feel Good Friday. And do you like gum? Yes! Well, how about Big League Chew? Good, because Saturday, it's Big League Chew night. Get ready to blow some bubbles, and we've got fireworks. We're closing out the week with our day game, and we're celebrating Mom. Next week's plans are set. Get your tickets now at smokiesbaseball.com.
At Knoxville Insurance Group, they understand the challenges many consumers face when searching for insurance coverage. That's why whether it's for you, your family, or your business, they create a coverage plan specifically for your unique needs. Knoxville Insurance Group is an independent firm, which means they aren't beholden to just one insurance company. They search multiple companies, acting as your negotiator to find you the best possible policy and price. Start a quote in minutes at KnoxvilleInsuranceGroup.com or call them today at 865-694-9788.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Grab a pack, grab your friends. Everything else in life can wait. Your friends shouldn't. Let's go. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340. WKGN Knoxville and W289CU Knoxville. Fan Run Radio.
Citizens National Bank.
Life is more fun with a Good Life account, offering extra benefits, including bank travel. Experience the trip of a lifetime to Ireland. Explore rolling green hills, historic castles, and charming villages across the Emerald Isle. Get in on the fun. Call 865-429-7935 today.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
Are you ready to show off that confident, radiant smile you've always dreamed of? Well, here at Knoxville Smiles, we're ready to turn your dream into a reality. At Knoxville Smiles, we're more than just a dental practice. We're your partners in achieving optimum oral health. From routine cleanings and checkups to advanced cosmetics and restorative procedures, we offer a wide range of services in an environment that makes every visit a positive and comfortable experience. At Knoxville Smiles, it's about more than just treatments. We're focused on creating a welcoming environment where you feel like family. Our state-of-the-art facilities are designed with your comfort in mind, and our friendly staff is always ready to address your questions and concerns. Don't wait any longer to achieve a beautiful smile you deserve. Schedule your appointment at Knoxville Smiles today and take that first step towards a healthier, happier you. Call us at 865-539-1776 to book your appointment today, or just visit our website at knoxvillesmiles.com.
Planning for spring at Lowe's means big savings on outdoor power equipment, and Lowe's knows nothing feels better than free. Buy one select Ego string trimmer, leaf blower, or mower kit. Get one select 56-volt battery free. That's up to a $299 value. Power through spring with Ego, the #1 rated brand in cordless outdoor power. Because Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 4/3 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Like, I didn't take very many journalism classes in college.
You're listening to Talk Sports.
I never wanted to be a journalist. My dream was always just to get these takes off. Just to be able to get on here and get these takes off recklessly. I don't need to be held to any type of ethical standard. No thanks.
Airing every day
from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
But the one thing I do remember were the different rules for public figures, right? When it came to slander, when it came to, like, the tabloids get, like, a bypass with celebrities because, they're public figures.
On 1340 WKGN.
That was like the whole Hulk Hogan's basis of his lawsuit was like, yeah, Hulk Hogan's a celebrity. Hulk Hogan's the one with the 10-inch penis. Terry Bollea, he's a real person. He's not a celebrity. He's got a 4-inch penis.
Well, it's not mine, because mine isn't that size. But we were discussing the length of Hulk Hogan's. I do not have a 10-inch penis. No, I do not.
I am a real
Two kicking off here in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. It's Thirsty Thursday. Pop a top on some White Claw Hard Seltzer. Bubba, have you watched the Hulk Hogan documentary yet?
Nope.
I haven't really seen anything positive from it.
I don't give money to Netflix.
I think it's Peacock.
I still stand by my statement.
Well, speaking of dead racists, David Allen Coe has passed away at the age of 86.
No, he's a real American. He was a real American.
I couldn't.
Some people would agree with that, Bubba.
I couldn't pass up the transition there, Bubba. I liked Hulk Hogan okay, and David Allen Coe okay too, but you know there is a lot of problematic history there with David Allen Coe for sure. He had some interesting songs. Not a huge fan of the African American that David Allen Coe, but hey, he's still one of the great songwriters of our time. When it comes to country songwriters, I mean, I put him right up there near the top. So R.I.P. to him. 86, David Allen Coe. Kind of weird. We just had a David Allen Coe reference on the show, too. Was that yesterday?
You feel like you'd put him up there with the greatest songwriters ever?
The great country songwriters. Yeah, I'd put.
I mean, he wrote the perfect country and western song.
No, he didn't. Have you ever listened to him in that song? He sent it off to somebody else to write it. He doesn't write the third verse. He sends it to his buddy, and he didn't write that damn song.
Who was the buddy? Was it Arlo Guthrie? Or,
I don't know.
Steve Goodman.
Yeah.
Good buddy.
My good buddy Steve Goodman wrote that song, and he told me that he had written the perfect country western song. And I listened to it, Bubba, and I told him it was good, but it was in fact not the perfect country western song because it didn't mention nothing about mama or getting drunk or trains
or prison.
See, he didn't write that song. What the hell are you talking about? He didn't write the best country western song.
Trucks.
So I mean, like the fact he didn't write his biggest song, I'm surprised you're calling him one of the greatest country music writers of all time.
Well, I think he probably did write that though. You know what I'm saying?
You think he was lying about it?
Well, I mean, I think he put it all together though. At the end of the day, like he gets credit for writing that song. I was drunk the day my mom got out of prison.
Yeah,
I mean, find me a better country lyric. And I went to pick her up in the rain.
But no, he didn't. Why are you saying he wrote the song? He tells you he didn't write the song. Why are you saying he wrote it?
Yeah, but him saying that in the song is part of the song. You know what I mean? So like he wrote that whole bit about Steve Goodman in the end of the song.
I don't know if he did or not because there's a good chance it was John Prine that wrote that part in the song because Steve Goodman and John Prine are the guy who wrote the song. John Prine, now that's one of the best.
I tell you what,
that's one of the best damn writers in country music history.
John Prine. I tell you what, John Prine didn't write, and that's "N-Word Hating Me." David Allen Coe. That was one of his big hits, and then there's a whole playlist of his. He really had a.
Yeah, I think it was written by Steve Goodman and John Prine.
Yeah,
and just performed by David Allen Coe.
Yeah,
a real distaste for the.
I mean, I like the song "The Rod."
Oh yeah, about Hank Williams.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, let's see how many David Allen Coe songs I've got saved. I do like some David Allen Coe, but it's hard not to think of him.
I referenced Mona Lisa context. Lost Her Smile. That's what it was.
Cocaine Carolina, Spotlight. Oh, Dakota the Dancing Bear. We need to play that. We got that in the system, Sam. If you could find Dakota the Dancing Bear, play a little David Allen Coe today. That'd be good.
But hell, he didn't even write The Rod either. What are you talking about him being one of the best country music writers? I don't think he wrote anything except his racist filth.
I just always heard that he was a great songwriter.
That's probably the only damn songs he wrote was all the racist songs. All the good songs he didn't even write.
I just always heard he was a great songwriter. Well, let's see. Did he write Cocaine Carolina? Because that's a good song. Let's see. How do you see on Spotify the oh yeah, here we go. Yeah, he wrote that. Main artist, composer, and lyricist. So there you go. There's one. Cocaine Carolina.
Oh yes.
You say he didn't write The Ride?
No. The songwriter that says he talked to Hank Williams' ghost.
Gary Gentry.
Says he's the main artist along with Gary Gentry and J.B. Detterline Jr.,
Yeah.
who were composers and lyricists.
Well, yeah.
So I think they probably wrote it together.
What do you mean wrote it together? What do you mean?
Well, a lot of times
together?
songs are written by multiple
If somebody
people.
writes the damn lyrics to the song, it's their song.
No.
Yeah,
it's not all about the lyrics.
You're not going. We were talking about somebody being the greatest songwriters.
You think songwriting is just lyrics?
Whenever you're talking about writing songs, yeah.
No, the majority of songwriting is the music.
Not in country music. No. If you want to tell me rock and roll, if you want to tell me all that stuff that goes into it,
not when the arrangements.
Not when you're sitting up there strumming a damn guitar. No,
there's a lot more that goes into it, though.
I'm sure there is.
The chord arrangements.
When you talk about the best songwriters in America, you talk about lyrics,
progressions, and all that stuff.
No, you talk about lyrics.
It's not just lyrics.
It is when you're talking about the best writers.
Lyrics is a part of it. Lyrics is in the formula, but it's not the only thing when it comes to songwriting.
No.
It's not even the majority.
No. You want to talk about producing the record? Okay, sure.
And when you look at Dakota the Dancing Bear, David Allen Coe was the lyricist and composer, so he gets the main credit for that one.
It's just a terrible take. You're not going to be able to talk your way out of it.
The George Jones, what's a terrible take?
That he's one of the greatest songwriters of all time in country music. It's just
I mean, he's regarded as.
He's not.
He wrote the majority of This Bottle in My Hand. You know the George Jones song. You know that one?
This Bottle in My Hand? No, not off the top of my head.
It's a great George Jones song.
What other headlines you got?
Well, anyway, he's dead at 86. So, long-haired redneck. You ever heard that one?
Yeah.
Danny White says that so some good news here for you garage gripers. So that's good alliteration there.
Oh, garage gripers.
And then when they build the pedestrian bridge, it'd be the bridge bitchers. You campus complainers. I could do this all day. Danny White says, some guy says, I don't park in G10 because it's awful getting out of. Danny White says the new rebuilt garage.
I do love, before you read what Danny White says, I do love that, like, whenever he tries to make a point, he'll find the perfect tweet to quote tweet, which means that he's like going through his replies and seeing all the hate he gets.
F you, Danny.
Yeah, he's seeing everybody mad about this, but he found the one reply where somebody's like, G10 sucks, and he quote tweets that. It's like, hell yeah, brother, G10 does suck.
He says the new rebuilt garage under the entertainment district will have more capacity and will be designed as an event garage, helping ingress and egress. Hoping we gain your confidence to park in the new G10 when it's done, to which this guy replies, I won't be able to afford parking in there.
Do you ever use the word ingress and egress? That was...
I don't.
Yeah.
I certainly don't, but I know what it means.
I mean, context clues.
It's like the traffic flow.
Context clues explains to me what it means. But if you had just said something, told me to use ingress in a sentence, I don't think I would have been able to prior to that.
I've heard that before.
Okay.
Ingress and egress. It's normally a traffic conversation.
Okay.
Talk about it with traffic. But yeah, so he says the new garage will have more capacity, designed as an event garage, hoping we can gain your confidence to park in the new G10 when it's done.
The guy saying he can't afford is pretty funny.
If I was the guy, I think it might have been another guy that said it, but if I was the guy who he replied that to, I would have been like, okay, I'm willing to give it a try. Okay, if I get a parking permit,
make it happen, Danny.
Since you've just said this to me. Well, the Lady Vols roster is complete. Kim's got her done. She got it done. She's way to go. Congratulations to West Virginia transfer forward Riley Makalewski has committed to Tennessee, filling the final roster spot for the Lady Vols. Another white girl, looks like. And Kim says, we had a whole page with a list of questions to make sure that they checked those boxes before we even picked up the phone, as she discussed rebuilding her roster.
Just one page?
It says a whole page. I don't know.
The end of that quote talks about like players having heart, and I did wonder, like, how do you judge somebody's heart on a checklist? It did make me wonder that.
Well, you got to ask them, hey, do you have heart? And
do you love basketball? Because like I do agree that if you're recruiting, especially if you're Kim Caldwell, you're trying to run this system. and you're trying to save your career, and you're trying to do all these things, like, you do probably just want people that are willing to, like, go out there and metaphorically die for it. You would want people that, like, are desperate to be good at basketball and desperate to play high-level basketball. You would probably want those people over people that view it as a check or just something they do. Because the only way this system's going to work is if everybody gives it 100% at all times. That is the thing about her system. You can't really hide in it when you're not playing hard. And that's why it got so ugly when the players weren't playing so hard anymore.
Yeah, you got to be out there playing hard.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Greg Sankey says the college football playoff number 1 and number 2 seed will now get the chance to pick their location for the quarterfinal and potentially the semifinal. So,
that's good.
Yeah.
So the top 2 seeds get to pick their games or get to pick their location. So like a South team gets to play in the Sugar Bowl if they want to, or the Peach Bowl or whatever.
That's right.
Okay. If you're a West team, not that there are any good West teams, you could pick the Rose Bowl if you wanted. It'd be funny if like an SEC school is like, you know what? I've always wanted to play in the Rose Bowl. My fan base really wants to go to Pasadena. We don't ever really get a chance to do that. Let's go to Pasadena. Let's go to the Rose Bowl. That'd be kind of cool.
It would be. I'd love to see Tennessee play in the Rose Bowl.
Is it just a pre-selected list of venues and stadiums?
Yeah. I mean, like, it'll be
like, yeah, let's go to Hawaii to play.
Yeah, no, they won't do that. It'll be, whatever bowls are up that year for the playoff and the rotation. You pick those.
Well, a J.P. Morgan executive has come under fire after she is being accused of allegedly turning one of her married male stockbrokers into her office sex slave, Viagra spiking, a litany of obscene forced acts that made the man cry. This is quite a story going around. Have you seen anything on this? The J.P. Morgan executive, this woman who turned her employee into a sex slave in the office.
Oh, yeah.
She allegedly forced the employee to suck her toes and have sex with her if he wanted a promotion. J.P. Morgan is sticking with the executive, saying there isn't evidence to support these claims and the employee didn't cooperate properly when asked.
There's been a lot of talk that their applications to work there have really surged.
Yeah, I can see why.
We got one more coming in.
Bubba's get that resume polished.
She allegedly said some pretty crazy stuff to him.
God forbid.
All the tweets coming out are hysterical.
Yeah.
From it.
God forbid a woman have hobbies.
Oh, but if a man did it would be okay. I don't know if it really works here in this.
Yeah, it's quite
in this instance.
It's quite a situation there. Do you see the
she's kind of hot in the one picture I saw.
She's very hot.
Yeah. I saw 2 pictures in her, and one of them I thought she was pretty hot, and the second one I was kind of like, I don't know.
TMZ asked Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez from New York, a Democrat, also known as AOC. You familiar with her? TMZ asked if she believes that we would have a female president or a gay president first. To which she replied, well, we don't know if we've already had a gay president. I think there's chances maybe we have.
I would say at some point through history.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 100%. Well, I guess you can't say 100%. Yeah, 95%.
Mm-hmm. Which one do you think it was?
I don't know. I don't really know the presidents. Like, I know most of their names, but like I don't really know them. You know what I mean? Like I don't really know how any of the old presidents were.
Be funny if it was Nixon.
Waterloo and those wiretaps uncover a whole new thing, huh? Not Waterloo, Watergate.
I guess Watergate.
Yeah.
Waterloo's a city in Iowa.
Yeah, Waterloo was there was some battles there.
Did you see the SEC coach's golf swings?
I saw Saban's and then I scrolled past it.
Okay.
I didn't really care about that. That doesn't really affect me. Sam, did you watch them? Do you judge them? Do you judge a man by your golf swing as a good golfer yourself?
I don't like if a coach has too good of a swing.
It's too much time. See, that's what they got. That's what they fired Hugh Freeze for. They told Hugh Freeze he was out there golfing too damn much. He wasn't recruiting.
I like to see Josh Heupel not even on that video, you know?
I don't feel like Josh Heupel plays a lot of golf.
Too busy in the lab.
I don't play golf. That's not that fun for me. I like to stay in the clubhouse. More snacks, though. Did you see Joe Burrow's new haircut?
I feel like I saw that same picture a year or so ago, so I don't know if it's
James Buchanan.
Don't know if that's real.
James Buchanan, he's the gay president?
That's what people are thinking.
Okay.
What makes him think that?
I'll have to look into it further.
It kind of looked like Saban shanked this one off the tee.
That's a tough legacy to leave, to be the president that everyone assumes was the gay one.
Bubba just Googled James Buchanan gay.
Well,
anything come up, Bubba?
Got to find the information.
Smithsonian Magazine. Bachelorhood.
So he was a bachelor.
Very close friendship with William Rufus King.
Okay, so he wasn't married? Get to the bottom of this, Bubba.
We're trying, man. There's a
No
lot of
pun
words to
intended.
read here. Yeah, it's such a strong word to use.
What's a strong word to use? Gay?
Yeah.
You're right. Sexuality is a spectrum. No one's really just one thing, you
This
know?
Saban golf swing looks like it belongs on the spectrum. He definitely shanked this thing off the tee.
I bet he's so mad when he sees that.
Nate Oates was not very good either. Kirby had some power in his.
All the damn swings I've made in my life, you picked this one.
Stephen Pearl sucks.
Never married.
Nate
Okay.
Oates sucks. I give Kirby, Pete Golding, his looked okay.
I think Kirby's is probably the best one out of that.
Kirby
that I
looked like it had some
remember.
power
Of course
behind
it
it.
is. Kirby's the best all the time. Kirby.
Yeah,
All right.
I bet Saban killed one of the club attendants after that shot. Buried him right there on the green. Well, that's about it for the news.
All right. Well, that's a good batch of news. Stick with us. It's Talk Sports on Fan Run Radio.
The flagship station for Tennessee fans. This is Fan Run Radio.
White Claw is taking hard seltzer to new heights with White Claw Surge. At 8% alcohol, White Claw Surge is a stronger wave of refreshment that doesn't compromise on taste. Available in 4 bold waves of flavor like ripe blackberry, citrusy blood orange, zesty natural lime, and tart cranberry. Check out your favorite retailer in-store and online for the White Claw Surge Variety 12-pack and 16-ounce single-serve cans. White Claw Surge. Please drink responsibly.
In a world filled with deadlines and screens, sometimes we forget the simple joys of life, days filled with special moments. At Inward Half, we understand the essence of these moments. Feel the difference between our breathable fabrics and flexible apparel as you disconnect from the hustle and bustle and reconnect with what truly matters. Inward Half. Simple luxury for on and off the course.
Smoky Mountain Brewery is the place to be for game day. From the moment you walk in, it's wall-to-wall big screens, making Smoky Mountain Brewery the perfect place to watch the Vols or your favorite team in action. With locations in Turkey Creek, Maryville, Pigeon Forge, and Gatlinburg, you're never far away from a great time at Smoky Mountain Brewery. Try one of their world-famous microbrews like Black Bear Ale, Mountain Light, or Cherokee Ale. Juicy burgers, wings that bring the heat, and delicious handmade pizzas made with hand-tossed crust from the freshest ingredients and their own special sauce from a secret recipe, topped off with hand-grated cheese and farm-fresh toppings. And don't forget, those famous microbrews are also available in kegs for your next party or in 6-packs and growlers to go. So grab your crew and head to Smoky Mountain Brewery and tell them Fan Run Radio sent you. Smoky Mountain Brewery. Eat local, eat good.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work-hard, play-hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
At Knoxville Insurance Group, they understand the challenges many consumers face when searching for insurance coverage. That's why whether it's for you, your family, or your business, they create a coverage plan specifically for your unique needs. Knoxville Insurance Group is an independent firm, which means they aren't beholden to just one insurance company. They search multiple companies, acting as your negotiator to find you the best possible policy and price. Start a quote in minutes at KnoxvilleInsuranceGroup.com or call them today at 865-694-9788.
Vol fans, reimagine your home at Broadway Carpets and Flooring for any remodeling or building needs. With a variety of carpets, rugs, hardwood, vinyl, and stone, Broadway has all the flooring and installation options you're looking for, including pet-resistant products like Pet Perfect Carpet from Shaw Floors. Visit their showroom in downtown Knoxville or the location in West Knoxville located on Kingston Pike near Pellissippi Parkway today.
Betty drove the semi. She pulled up to...
Oh yes, one of the great all-time writers in history.
Go look at the lyrics to this one, lyric man.
Oh,
and tell me it's not pretty creative.
Fantastic writing here.
This is actually great.
Yeah,
it's actually great writing.
Yeah,
go look at the lyrics.
Okay,
it's very. It talks about a bear on heroin. It's very imaginative. I mean, what are we gonna do? We're just write it. What do you want David Allen Coe to do? Write another song about heartbreak? Oh, my woman left me. She broke my... Like, everyone bitches about country music. And, oh, yeah, drink beer. Yeah, blue jeans. Yeah, let's go on a back road. But yet, David Allen Coe writes something so imaginative and creative, and it's not good enough for you. It's a very funny song if you listen to it. It's a good ride, lyrically. Lyrically. Buck writes in, Cody says he wants to live near white women and dogs, but that David Allen Coe is racist garbage. When did I say David Allen Coe was racist garbage? I said I like David Allen Coe. I simply said some of those songs he wrote. I mean, you can't really write those today. You know, it's not really something you can get by with these days. I never said that. Old Buck out here gaslighting me.
Yeah, I've read these lyrics. I don't know. I'm just not seeing what you're seeing here.
Well, get an imagination.
Speaking of imagination, I did feel bad for the Kentucky player yesterday that went viral. Did you see him? J.J. Hester?
No.
He had an imagination. His imagination saw him going to the NFL. I saw his tweet after not getting drafted, this past week.
Yeah, they had the draft.
Not a single call or text after the draft. No camp invites at the least.
Hey, same here, brother.
It's honestly crazy to think about. I'm not sure why life has played this way, but I know God's got a plan, and it'll all work out in the end.
Yes, God does have a plan, and it's called working at Target.
Well, that's funny because one of the main replies is, yeah, God called. He says Little Caesars. Well, you look, and then somebody quote tweeted with his stats, and he had 8 catches for 117 yards last year for Kentucky.
Well, that's ridiculous.
And in his 4-year career spanning Missouri, Oklahoma, and Kentucky, he had 35 catches for 670 yards.
What makes him think he should be in the NFL?
Yeah, I guess that imagination that you're talking about.
I guess so.
The imagination that you're talking about has him thinking that he was at least going to get, I guess, a camp invite, but does not appear to be the case.
Some people live in their own world, man. Sounds like he's one of those main characters they talk about.
Did you think Danny White looked a little off?
Yeah, he looks kind of disheveled. He might be in the bottle.
Well, I'm not going there. I don't want to go into the bottle accusations.
Well, let me clarify. That's pure speculation. That's not me saying that or reporting that.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to go that far. I was just surprised to see his new hair.
Yeah, that's just one guy's opinion.
P-Team, you seen his new hair?
Yeah, I think he went to Turkey.
I guess what I'm saying is he looks like a bit of a drunk.
So you're going out there. Cody's going out there and calling him an alcoholic. Sam, you're saying he went to Turkey and got a hair transplant? Interesting. I don't think I agree with that either, just because of what I know about that hair transplant is that they say you have to kind of disappear for a long time. Like they say, like you're scarred. I feel like we would have seen before. Well, when was the last time we saw Danny White in public, I guess? True, is at some of these basketball games.
If I was him, I wouldn't be in public.
I wonder if he's just feeling some of the hate and having a little bit of a midlife crisis that he grew his hair out.
Having to deal with the Neyland naggers.
Yeah, I'm going to go do something. Be careful. I'm going to go out and do something, spice things up. I'm going to grow my hair and let it get a little curly. It's an interesting look. I don't know how I feel about it.
Yeah, it's different. I mean, to me,
why is he wearing a red suit?
Why is he wearing a red suit?
Yeah.
Maybe he's applied for a new job at J.P. Morgan.
That's not fair.
Perhaps he had come from an interview.
Is that red? I guess it is got a little red to it, huh?
Let me see. I'm so great at spotting colors.
The picture, the picture you can't really tell.
It's not orange, but it's not red.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's
a little burnt.
It to me has got enough hint of orange that you can get by with it at the Big Orange Caravan. I feel like
it's a little Texas-like, not quite the same shade.
Sure.
But
I also see what Bubba's talking about with the red, but like it did make me wonder. Seeing his hair again, I didn't want to accuse him of being in the bottle or nothing, but like
and I'm not either. I'm just saying it looks to me like a guy who's been in the bottle.
Danny White,
that's not saying he is.
If you're going to sue somebody, the person who said that was Cody McClure. I am not saying that.
I'm not saying anything I can be sued for because I'm not accusing Danny White of being in the bottle. I'm saying to me personally, he looks like a guy who's on the bottle. I've seen guys on the bottle. They look like that. That's all I'm saying.
I do wonder where his mental is right now, though.
Well, he's probably stressed.
Yeah, I'm so fascinated by Danny White, who, I think, by all accounts, has still done a pretty damn good job here at Tennessee.
He has, other than hiring Kim Caldwell.
Are you still willing to say that?
Well,
as a matter of fact?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, she's not cut out to be the coach.
Because I see people kind of changing their tune online now that are kind of back in on her.
Well,
buying into the new roster.
When the bar is simply having a player on the roster, there's really nowhere to go but up.
Okay.
When you lose your last 10 games and don't have any players, there's only one way to go.
Bubba, jot this down. Mark it down. That way when Cody claims that he wasn't out on Kim Caldwell when they start like 14-1 next year. I was never rooting against Kim. I just said she was struggling.
I've already told you what's going to happen with Kim. They're going to make the Sweet 16 next year. And it's still going to be below standard.
Hell, it is our standard now.
Well, that's a conversation for another time.
But if you're Danny White, you probably feel like you've done a really good job here.
Well, yeah, especially when you consider all the great feedback you get from the fans.
Well, I was going to say, but then knowing him and knowing that he reads everything, I would imagine he does not feel super confident in how people feel about him.
Please don't deface Neyland with a hotel on the side, Danny. The rest is fine, but the hotel's an awful idea.
Of all the things, is the hotel the most egregious of the entertainment district?
I mean, what is the problem?
Do we think that the opposing teams would stay there?
I'm going to say no.
What is
We need a place to publicly harass them.
Yeah, I would say that they won't let them stay there.
Put them above a party entertainment district, blasting music all night on a Friday night. Oh,
Is it just people are mad because of you can't see the stadium from the river?
I would kind of say, Bubba, it's more likely that our players stay there. Because they all stay in hotels before the game.
Yeah, put the opposing team at the Scottish Inn off Callahan Drive.
No, you got to have some class.
Oh,
That way,
they need
that
to
way
be.
the other team doesn't do it to you, and you have to go to their place. You got to be a gentleman.
What are you going to do about parking across campus and the other designated season ticket spots like 23B, Stokely, etc.? KPD traffic patterns are awful leaving events. They are. I agree.
Is that Danny White's problem? Like, does Danny White have to worry about where the kids park? Because I have seen people, like we talked about it here on the show, and demolishing G10 is going to make parking tough. But, like, I was thinking about that. Like, he's the athletic director. He's not like the president of the school. Like, he's not in charge of, like, everything.
Yeah, Randy Boy, you son of a gun.
I mean, I like Randy Boyd, and I don't even know if it's his job. I don't know if it's his job. I don't know if it's Donda Plowman's job. I don't know who's doing what over there.
I think it's Dondy.
Yeah, either way.
Just an idea, Danny. There are hundreds of empty spots throughout on game days. Some tailgating folks take up 2 to 3 spots. Why not charge $25 to $30 and open it up to first come, first serve? Hell, even $50. Top level or 2 still donors. Give it a try. Would the most annoying thing about being someone in a position of power is to have to hear all the dumb suggestions from the people below you?
No, because it's nice to get suggestions.
Sometimes.
You know, I love we got a couple knuckleheads in our fan base. Not even the Tennessee fan base. I'm talking about the freaks. I'm talking about people that love the station and love Talk Sports. But I still appreciate everyone's suggestions because every now and then, even the knuckleheads have good suggestions. The people complaining and crying about everything, or the people that replace John Reed with William Pattison on the morning show. People that say dumb stuff like that.
That's not a bad idea.
You would kill yourself. You would quit. You would be gone if you had to do the show with William.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
And that's no disrespect to William. It's just you wouldn't like it.
Oh, he wouldn't either. It'd be awful.
You guys would hate each other.
He'd be in the middle of his monologue reading the game notes there on utsports.com, and I'd be like, you ever try cupcakes from you ever try the different flavor cupcakes?
Now, if the poster had
Let
said,
me get back to Jermon McCoy.
If the poster had said team up William and John, okay, like there might be a path where me and William could do
that'd be awful too.
A show together. It'd just be nonstop arguing. But like replace John with William. Okay, guys, relax. But like even the people that say dumb stuff like that, there'll still be some good stuff sprinkled in. So like I would say Danny doesn't like reading the morons, but like every now and then the morons will give him a good idea. Like, hey, Danny, give us a watch party to watch the baseball game. He's like, you know what? That's a good idea.
I'm just imagining him scrolling.
Yeah.
And like, here's some guy that says charge $30 a spot.
Hell, even 50. Hold on, let me get my calculator out. If I have
it first come, first serve.
Can you imagine the lines on game day? The people lined up to get
that'd be great for the traffic flow there.
Yeah.
People lined up.
People sprinting in the top and just like trying to lay down in the spot.
You're tearing down history, Danny. Nobody cares for your entertainment district.
That to me is the crazy part. You're tearing down history.
Yes.
The old historic G10 garage.
Tony called it yesterday the Wrigley Field of parking garages. I assume he was being facetious, but maybe not. The Wrigley Field of parking garages. I mean, the emotional attachment to a parking garage is a little ridiculous to me. Leave it alone. Leave it alone.
We can't leave it alone. Like that's the thing. We can't leave stuff alone because we need to figure out a way to be better. Like we'd all agree on that, right?
Yes.
Like the game day stuff has to get better.
Yes.
Now, whether or not that's the solution, that's a different story. But I'm just saying you can't just say leave stuff alone. Like something has to improve. Things have to get better. Because everything does kind of suck. Like, I don't even really like the game day presentation stuff either. I think they need to keep tinkering with it. I think they need to keep going and going and going until they find something that works.
As long as they keep the Vol Village there by the Humanities Building, I'll be happy. The Volunteer Village.
Is that where they have, like, the inflatables and stuff you can go?
Yeah. You've never been to the Volunteer Village?
I've walked through it. But I've never really spent time there.
Let's see. We have some others here blaming the city. Why wasn't the entire waterfront reimagined for this project? A lot of wasted space. Just constant complaining.
I get the problem though. Like, I'm not a planner or an architect or anything, but like, it is weird to be in a city the size of Knoxville, and then all of a sudden, like, 8 times a year you have to account for. How many people do you think go down to, like, from downtown to like campus? Just that area right there, like Old City, campus, downtown.
Like, how many people are you adding in on a game day?
Or not even adding in, but just how many people do you think are in that like 2 mile radius, like on a game day? 150,000 pretty easily.
I was going to say 200,000.
Yeah, 200,000.
Well, if you got 100,000 in the stadium,
right? You would assume that there'd be. I was going to say at least 50,000 outside, but yeah, you're probably right. It's probably closer to 2
when you consider the whole downtown area and everything right there. I'd say. I mean, I don't know exactly, obviously.
How many people do you think are there this upcoming weekend?
Not that many.
Okay. How many would you say are there on any given weekend?
Well, this
weekend,
given
Saturday.
This weekend there is a concert.
Okay, fair enough. Next weekend. Well, there's not going to be 100,000 at that concert. I can tell you that.
The next weekend, I think, is graduation, so there will be some extras then.
Okay, let's do last weekend. How many people do you think were there last weekend?
So just you're asking the average weekend.
Felt like a lot.
I mean, you got to think students. There's 40,000.
Yeah, but not all of them live on campus.
No, but I mean, how many people live downtown? I mean, I'd say 100,000. Like, if I was guessing, maybe half of what there would be.
So you think it only doubles on game day? Because I think that's low.
No, it probably triples.
I would say it at the very least triples.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how to answer that.
I would say it's more so like quadruples, but
I'm not a populist.
Okay.
Or what is it? Count when you count people.
A census?
I'm not a census man.
So, like, it is weird to like have all these plans, but we got to do this, this, and this, but really only account for this like 8 weekends out of the year. It's going to be an absolute madhouse.
Hopefully, it has more wheelchair accessible spaces too. Oh yes, don't forget that crowd either, Danny. Don't forget about the wheelchairs.
I mean, you got to be ADA compliant.
You must also consider them. Can't wait to go 7-5 and pay $500 per non-conference game ticket.
Well, the season tickets did sell out again. They did put out that announcement. Season tickets, again, sold out for the back-to-back years of a renewal rate over 97%. How about that? 4th straight year that tickets have sold out, but 97% renewal rate. So it's not like people are buying these tickets and then, willingly giving them up. So when you talk about the price, like, people are still grinning and bearing it. And I maintain Danny gave everybody, me included, I didn't take advantage of it, gave us a chance to buy some pretty affordable season tickets. So I don't really feel too bad for the people. It's like, I got to pay $500 for a non-conference game. First of all, no, you don't. You don't have to go.
What about the person?
Second of all, you had a chance to buy the tickets.
What about the person who says I have to pay $20 beers for a 6-6 football team?
Well, that I would also say no one's making you drink, but also if you need to booze, brother, just sneak it in. Hell, just put some airplane bottles in your gooch and let's go.
Greedy bastard says fire Danny White. That's his account name is fire Danny White.
I do wonder how Danny White feels about those accounts. I do wonder how he feels about the accounts dedicated just to hating him.
You suck. F you. Everything school. Hate it. Hashtag leave G10 alone. You only care about the money.
What percentage of the fan base
Why is everyone so mad?
Yeah, like what percentage? I don't want to do the whole fan base. What percentage of Vol Twitter do you think actually wants Danny White to leave?
I mean, they're so
30%
miserable.
35%, 40%.
Yeah, I'd say closer to half. I mean, I don't understand. I just don't get why everybody's so miserable.
And that's crazy to me. Because it feels like he's done a pretty good job. It's not been perfection, of course.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to sound like a shill here. I mean, I've had my issues with Danny White too.
And just full disclosure, Danny White has given me a lot of free tickets to events.
Right. And I've also benefited somewhat from your benefits.
Yeah.
From the benefits you get, I then get secondhand benefits. So
like just full disclosure, like there is a relationship
right.
here.
Danny White's paying me $30K a year just under the table. So look, I like the guy. I think he's a great athletic director. And yeah, if Danny, if you want to cut a check, Danny, for real, I mean, I'll never say another negative word about you.
I am interested in the hair, though. I need somebody to ask him about that. Like, what the hell's going on there?
Like I said, he looks kind of like a drunk, and I'm not saying he is, but that's what he looks like.
You know what? Rick Barnes loves him.
Is that not enough?
And I kind of feel like that might be enough. And Rick Barnes even winked at him and said, this roster's coming together pretty good. Could be even better if I can get some more money out of Danny.
If Rick Barnes likes you, that should be enough.
You would think so. Well, what are you going to do? Let's go to break. We'll continue the conversation on the other side. It's Talk Sports on Fan Run Radio.
Can't get enough Fan Run Radio? Download the free Fan Run app and take the best Tennessee sports conversations with you wherever you go.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Grab a pack, grab your friends. Everything else in life can wait. Your friends shouldn't. Let's go. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
Smoky Mountain Brewery is the place to be for game day. From the moment you walk in, it's wall-to-wall big screens, making Smoky Mountain Brewery the perfect place to watch the Vols or your favorite team in action. With locations in Turkey Creek, Maryville, Pigeon Forge, and Gatlinburg, you're never far away from a great time at Smoky Mountain Brewery. Try one of their world-famous microbrews like Black Bear Ale, Mountain Light, or Cherokee Ale. Juicy burgers, wings that bring the heat, and delicious handmade pizzas made with hand-tossed crust from the freshest ingredients and their own special sauce from a secret recipe, topped off with hand-grated cheese and farm-fresh toppings. And don't forget, those famous microbrews are also available in kegs for your next party or in 6-packs and growlers to go. So grab your crew and head to Smoky Mountain Brewery and tell them Fan Run Radio sent you. Smoky Mountain Brewery. Eat local, eat good.
The best athletes don't just play the game, they change it. When it comes to investing, Gainbridge is doing the same. Their online platform does things differently because it's designed to put you in charge of growing your own savings. It's intuitive, it's easy, and best of all, it's on your terms. No wonder Gainbridge has earned the trust of 40% repeat customers. It's a better way to invest because it's investing your way. Get started today at Gainbridge.io.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Running a business, coaching a team, planning your next big event, you need more than just gear. You need SM Athletics and Logo Solutions. Custom uniforms, branded apparel, promotional products, done right, done fast, and built to show off your brand with pride. From local businesses to high schools to major universities, SM Athletics is trusted by winners. Get real service, get real quality, get noticed. SM Athletics and Logo Solutions, where your brand comes to life.
Visit smathletics.com and let's build something great together.
Sports. William Pattison now permanently filling in for John Reed. A lot of people have asked what it would be like, Cody, if I took over John's spot and we found the perfect opportunity for it.
What's your favorite ice cream?
Good question. I really don't eat a ton of ice cream anymore, but growing up, it was probably the Half Baked by Ben and Jerry's. You've got the cookie dough bites,
Now, cookie dough in the ice cream. I don't know if that's something that really should have ever happened in our country.
Why is that?
Well, just I don't think it's necessary. It's kind of overkill.
But if you're buying a half baked pint of ice cream, that's kind of what you're going. You're going for the overkill.
But it's not baked.
But it's half baked.
No, it's raw. If it's cookie dough, it's raw.
Are cookies and milk overrated? Is that a combination that's not good? No. Well, ice cream's kind of milk there, Cody.
It's not. Yeah, but you're talking cookie dough, the dough instead of the cooked cookie. You know what's better than cookie dough and ice cream?
What is it?
Baked cookies with ice cream on them. Ever had that?
Like a la mode?
That's a game changer. So, do you think Danny White looks? What do you think about his new hair? As someone who has new hair yourself.
Well, I heard you guys talking about it, and I saw
the going on.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if I want to be compared to a serial killer, but I did notice that. I was watching that video last night because he usually has kind of a slick back deal too. But it looked like he got in a fight with a squirrel before he got up on campus.
Yeah,
or on stage, I should say.
Yeah, it looked like the squirrel had maybe built a whole nest on top of his head, potentially. And I don't know that that's true or not. I said that I thought he kind of looked like a drunk myself, but I'm not saying that he is. I would never say that.
That's a pretty strong accusation.
Well, and that's why I'm saying that it was just my opinion that he looked like a drunk, not that he is a drunk. I'm not accusing Danny White of that.
Maybe he's going for a different hairstyle, a different approach.
Maybe. Sometimes you got to change it up,
Clearly.
Yeah, I need to get a haircut soon. Where do you get your haircut?
Campus Cuts by Monica. She does a great job.
She's a former sponsor of the station. Do you know that?
Try to get her back.
I think she'd recognize you if you walked in?
Absolutely. Back when, how could you forget seeing me? Back when John and I were doing the show before you replaced him.
Before I took over.
We used to do remotes at Campus Cuts by Monica.
I think you told me that, not him.
Yeah. Yeah, she pumped us full of booze and snacks and cut our hair, and she was a great host. She was a lot of fun. Really liked that lady.
The one thing I always appreciate about going to Campus Cuts is around the holidays, they'll give out little miniature Jack Daniels bottles, like the little small ones. So I've still got it. I don't drink Jack Daniels, but I've got it.
Jack Daniels, if you please. Shout out David Allen Coe. Were you sad to learn of his death?
That would have been news to me right now.
Yeah, I think we're informing William right now.
Yeah. What's your favorite David Allen Coe song?
I couldn't name one.
Oh, okay. Well, he's one of the great country songwriters of all time.
Isn't he the one that is kind of? Aren't some of his songs controversial?
In what way?
I'm asking you.
You might say allegedly he wrote some what they would consider to be problematic songs for today's standards.
Problematic in which way, Sam?
Well, yeah, which way, Sam?
Certain groups of people, maybe.
Not a fan of the average African American person.
Well,
the average.
What is it? What's non-average?
Yeah, what?
I don't want to get too deep into it. You'd have to ask David Allen Coe, and you can't because he's dead. So,
well, I do. I've heard the name, but I've never listened to any of his tunes, and I knew he was problematic in some fashion.
I think you would recognize a couple of them if they came up.
Now, why would I recognize? I don't think I'd recognize it.
I think as a non-country listener for you, I think there's a few that you'd probably recognize the tune, but you're like, oh, I didn't know that was David Allen Coe.
Interesting.
So do you have an emotional attachment to the G10 parking garage personally?
We talked about this yesterday. I understand the outrage for it and the people that do have fond memories there. But to me, I don't necessarily have an emotional attachment to it. I will say when I was at WTK The Rock 90.3 before I came over here, I worked for that station for 9 months, and I would park in the G10 parking lot. And in the summer, There was always a nice view of the river, and the summer heat would beam down on the car. So maybe that's my best memory. But I did that for 9 months. So the G10 parking lot. Well, actually, you know what?
Essentially your baby at that point.
The G10 parking lot was that, and it's also where I was about to throw up right before I went on the graduation stage.
Oh, really? How come?
That was the worst I've ever felt. The last 30 minutes of my University of Tennessee career were the worst of my life.
Just nervous about walking across the stage?
No, it was hot.
A lot of booze.
It was hot and humid. No.
Uh-huh.
Food
poisoning. A whole lot of tequila.
It was hot and humid, and we
which will get you.
We missed our drive our ride to graduation. So we had to walk from my house, which was on the other side of campus, fully clothed, obviously.
I would hope so.
Obviously fully clothed, but in the cap and gown and all that. And it was about a 25, 30-minute walk in the heat, and I was dripping in sweat. Obviously, we went out the night before celebrating.
Sweating all that booze out, am I right?
And I seriously was about to faint. That's the only moment in my life I was like, I'm about to literally fall over.
Yeah.
So
Think about if you were in that scenario without all that shade at G10. I mean, you're screwed.
Oh, I know.
That's how that guy at JP Morgan felt too when he was the office slave for that woman, that executive up there. Have you heard that story yet?
Who are all these names?
It'd be a good topic for you on the show today.
JP Morgan? I thought that was
It was an employee of JP Morgan.
Yeah,
like Morgan and Morgan, or JP Morgan.
Well, that's a law firm.
JP Morgan, like what are they? Finance?
Yeah, something like that. Big bank. I don't know. I don't exactly know.
Okay.
Yeah, you should look into the story going on with their executive. It's quite a sticky situation. Hot and humid, you might say.
I like that. Clearly, our algorithms are a little bit more online here, Cody. And
yeah.
I think Williams is a lot of
sports,
transfer portal stuff, and
yeah,
where's the next commitment coming from, and
yeah,
not the sexual allegations over at JP Morgan.
Yeah, well, it depends on what lane of the internet you get in, I guess. It's an
interesting story, William. I'd recommend
it is.
No, it is.
You should look into
Do I look good on camera? Am I too small?
No, you look good. Okay. You look a lot better than the guy that used to sit there.
Well, I know when we came to the agreement of me taking over the show full time, it was one of those things of, I think there was going to be a little bit more gleaming light on this side of the room, not necessarily bouncing off and going back to the window.
I don't know if there's ever been two people as good looking on this side of the glass, actually.
That's what everyone was saying outside as I was walking in.
Frame. Yeah. Well, it's been a lot of fun.
We'll do it again in hour two. Or hour 2, right?
Three.
Hour 3.
It'd be the third one. Yeah. Hopefully John recovers from the alligator attack soon. He went outside and he got bit by an alligator. So we'll see how he does.
Well, I appreciate you having me on, Cody, and Sam and Bubba. Mm-hmm. And when we come back in hour 2, will I reappear? The question everyone is asking.
It's going to be the third hour.
Hour 3 of Talk Sports is on the way right here on Fan Run Radio.
Check out our new and improved website at fanrunradio.com.
Hi, this is Dr. Stephen Malone at Knoxville Smiles. Has it been a while since your last dental visit? If so, I'd like to invite you to come see us. At Knoxville Smiles, it's our vision to provide the best dental care in town in a relaxed, friendly environment. So if it's been a while and you've been putting it off, don't wait any longer. Come see us at Knoxville Smiles. You can schedule an appointment online at knoxvillesmiles.com or by phone at 865-539-1776.
Are you ready for the start of a new season? Maybe looking for your team to go on a tournament run? Get game day ready with Crumble. Head on over to your nearest location and pick up 12 pre-selected cookies plus exclusive toppers. When you're looking for dessert options, there's no question about who you should call on. Our listeners already know. Last year, the Dubai chocolate was a home run, along with the brownie batter. Oreo crumb was another crowd favorite. What new flavor will set the standard this season? If you're in the Knoxville area, there are 3 locations ready to serve you: Clinton Highway, Parkside Drive, and Maryville. Download the Crumble app to build your best lineup and vote on the best combos. You can even put your bid in to request a new flavor. Order in the app and slide on over to your nearest location. Tell them Fan Run sent you, and as always, it's for the fans, by the fans. Don't miss the cookies.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Grab a pack, grab your friends. Everything else in life can wait. Your friends shouldn't. Let's go. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Barley's has live music on weekends, general team trivia on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m., and now live sports trivia courtesy of the Knoxville Trivia Guys every Thursday night upstairs. The game starts at 7 p.m. and is free to play for everyone, so head on down to the Old City and show off your sports knowledge and win gift cards to Barley's. Use those gift cards to buy some delicious food and drinks, and you can take it all in with their wide selection of TVs and indoor projectors. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Are you thinking of buying a home but don't know where to start? Well, call VFL Josh Travis, your local mortgage expert with Foundation Mortgage, based right here in Knoxville. Whether it's your first home or your forever home, he'll keep the process simple every step of the way. To get started, visit mortgagebrokerjosh.com or call 423-312-9777 today. Foundation Mortgage Company, LLC is an equal opportunity housing company. NMLS number 1387311.
Surfside is made with vodka, real tea, and real juice, and has only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, and 0 bubbles. That's right. No bubbles, no troubles. That's why Surfside was named the 2025 Spirit Brand of the Year by MarketWatch. Their variety packs come with options: iced tea, lemonade, or green tea. Find your flavor by trying them all. Surfside. Sunshine in a can. Must be 21 or older to enjoy. Party smart.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville. Fan Run Radio. Fan Run Radio, where Big Orange Country comes to talk sports. Start your morning off with your daily dose of talk sports with John Reed and Cody McClure from 8 to 11. Then it's Tony Basilio from 11 to 1. The Playbook with William Pattison from 1 to 3. And The Drive from 3 to 6. It's 10 hours of hard-hitting local sports radio every day, right here on the flagship station for Tennessee fans. This is Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
Talk Sports. Talk Sports. Talk Sports.
Talk Sports. Talk Sports from 7 to 10. Overrated, underrated, a Wednesday. Fan Run Radio, Talk Sports, said not in my house, I ain't talking to Kim, babe. John and Cody out here asking where the ops at. Tennessee volunteers here for combat. It's the Cherokee Ghost, John Reed and Cody doing everything we can to bring Rocky Top back. Talk Sports from 7 to 10. Never leave a witness, never leave loose ends. Nico ain't nothing but a nuisance. 2026, we making new friends.
Hour number 3 kicking off in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. This batch of headlines brought to you by Knoxville Smiles. Local dentistry done right. Don't put off your dental visits any longer. Get out to Knoxville Smiles and let them get in your mouth. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles. Check them out online at knoxvillesmiles.com. How did the tryout go? How did the audition go? You and William.
Someone wrote in that we look like Laurel and Hardy.
Laurel and Hardy. Okay. I've never heard of Laurel and Hardy. Laurel?
Uh-huh.
Laurel and Hardy.
Laurel and Hardy were a globally famous comedy duo from 1927 to 1955.
Oh, yeah. I see it. One little Weasley guy and one big fat guy with an interesting mustache. This must have just been a popular mustache back in the day.
It's like, the old John Wayne Gacy look. Oh, I see what you were looking at someone else. Kind of a short mustache. I see what you meant.
Yeah, it looks
Looks really World War II-ish.
Yeah, just a little square above the lip.
It looks a little World War II-ish.
I see what you mean.
You guys do kind of look like that.
Yeah, I would never have a mustache like that, though.
Sam, Bubba, what'd you think about Williams' audition?
Solid, honestly.
Yeah,
I like this. I've just looked up this William Laura. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, okay.
I like this one.
Yeah,
He did just fine.
I think Cody did a pretty good job of making William feel uncomfortable.
Good. Fantastic. I felt uncomfortable, I think, as the ice cream is in my stomach, making it go crazy. But I'm back for
It's funny you said that because we talked about ice cream while you were gone.
Well, my stomach was in shambles, but I'm here now, ready to go. Let's hit some Hour 3 headlines.
All right. Thanks, John.
Sports from 17.
Boy, thanks to Hayden for sending in this quote. I don't think I can read this on air, though. A quote from this J.P. Morgan executive about I'll paraphrase it. Her saying to this guy, "I bet your little Asian wife doesn't have these cannons." That's but she
forgot a racial slur that she threw.
Yeah,
in
well,
there,
that's
too.
why I didn't say it. Yeah, she used another derogatory term.
Are you allowed to do that if you're doing a direct quote? I don't know.
Let's
not
no
risk
need
it.
to chance it.
Yeah,
you know.
no reason to chance it.
Let's see.
This woman might be the worst, but she also might rock. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Thanks to Brett, he sends in Juwan Jennings visiting Minnesota, per Adam Schefter. Juwan Jennings, you think he'll end up a Viking?
I'm going to say no to ending up as a Viking just because they already have a lot of money invested at wide receiver. So, I don't know how they would pay him anywhere near what he wants to get paid. Now, go ahead, Bubba.
Thins up.
Man, you're right. You're talking about the Dolphins. The Dolphins have also been linked to Juwan Jennings. That one makes sense from a money standpoint and from a living in South Beach standpoint. It doesn't really line up with Juwan Jennings being a winner. And what I mean by that is you've been in San Francisco the last, 7 years, 6 years. You've won a lot of games. Do you really want to go to a team that's going to be terrible the next couple of years that doesn't have a quarterback to throw you the ball? Now, if they pay you, sure, maybe at this point he's just ready to cash in because he's played for pretty cheap over the last, 5 or 6 years. I would be pretty sad if he ended up in Miami. Now, maybe Minnesota has some extra cash to throw around since, they're getting a quarterback basically for free. Maybe they got some extra money, but that wide receiving core with him and Addison and Jefferson would be pretty nasty. I just don't know if you look at Kyler Murray as a cool quarterback that you'd want to play with, and B, a quarterback good enough that where if you go there, he's going to improve your stats enough to where you get a big contract if you are giving them a discount.
Looking like KD is going to be out again, Game 6 against the Lakers, according to ESPN.
I'd be surprised if they won Game 6, which would mean they've won 3 games in a row, and then all of a sudden, you know what we need? Let's bring back hobbled Kevin Durant right now, because you would think if they win Game 6 and we'll have won 3 games in a row that they would just roll with what they have.
Yeah.
This would be really bad for LeBron and them if they lose this series. It would be.
I don't think it'll happen.
Marcus Smart kept turning the damn ball over, and Luke Kennard was just Luke Kennard last night. He really only had DeAndre Ayton out there helping him. And Rui was solid. Austin Reeves was rusty, but the rest of that team just sucks, man.
I believe in LeBron James and Austin Reeves.
LeBron James.
And
LeBron
JJ
James.
Redick. Maybe JJ can go out there and hit a few threes for him, Lions wide receiver Jamison Williams.
Honestly, yeah, you'd probably rather have JJ out there than some of the other guys having to play.
Sure. Lions wide receiver Jamison Williams has filed a lawsuit against the NCAA, Big Ten, and SEC.
Saying they owe him back pay?
The former Bama OSU receiver is suing the 3 entities over allegations they used his name, image, and likeness without proper compensation.
Interesting.
He's trying to get some of that money back.
I'm going to guess he loses, but hell, I don't know.
Urban Meyer on his reaction to Michigan hiring Kyle Whittingham. I'm a Buckeye, so my first thought was what?
Kyle Whittingham said he's a Buckeye?
No, Urban Meyer.
Sorry.
Urban Meyer's reaction to Michigan hiring Kyle Whittingham.
Okay, sorry.
He says, I'm a Buckeye, so my first thought was what? He's my friend. Kyle and I are really close, but it didn't take long for me to put 2 and 2 together. Not only did I tell him I think it was a great move, but it was exactly what that school in Ann Arbor needed. They fell into the perfect guy.
Did their time overlap at Utah? Has he coached at Utah since Urban Meyer left?
Yeah. Kyle Whittingham was the coach there that whole time.
Really?
I'm pretty certain of that.
Did he coach on staff with Urban Meyer and get the job after Urban left? If he's saying they're friends, I imagine their time intersected. Yeah, I mean, he's been at Utah since '94.
Yeah, he's a Utah guy.
So when Urban Meyer was there, he let him stick around.
I think I'm going to order an 8x10 photo of Laurel and Hardy
as the DC.
Put it up in my room.
If you want a picture of William that bad, you guys can just take a picture together. Hell, I'll do it for you.
It would be nice. John Wall has become Howard's president of basketball operations.
Okay.
Congrats to him. Let's see what else we got here. Probably some really good stuff if I were to guess. This Live Golf story is huge, Sam. These guys are trying to jump ship and go back to the PGA now. And it says some Live players exploring potential return to PGA Tour. What do you do if you're the PGA?
They're gonna probably give an avenue for like 4 or 5 of these guys to get back, and then they're just gonna throw the rest of them to the wayside and say you got to go play on another tour in Europe or Asia or something like that and try and earn your way back on type of thing.
I'd kind of like to see them be spiteful about the guys leaving, just kind of, I know you made your bed, lie in it.
I think they will, outside of like the, 2 or 3 kind of top players that probably do have some draw to come back onto the tour. They'll get like the Brooks Koepka treatment of like they'll get to play in some events, but they won't have like full status immediately.
I did appreciate the quote from PGA, which is basically like, we're interested in some players that'll help the tour, but that's not every one of these players.
Yeah.
AKA, like some of these guys don't really move the needle. And they sued us. So no, we're good. You're not coming back.
So they'll just take their top guys. And
I am interested in what they do with Bryson, because Bryson and Ron turned down their olive branch to get the ball rolling to rejoin. They turned down that, but also Bryson was a part of the antitrust lawsuit? Is that what they were calling it? But sued the PGA Tour. So I feel like he might have the trickiest return. All that for $100 million, which I guess is probably worth it. Apparently, John Rahm got $300 million from Liv. So
damn.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, I think you'll see like definitely a couple of these guys just probably just take their ball and go home. Just
is this a little bit
$200 million and live a good life after that, and not really play competitive golf?
Live a good life.
Yeah.
Is this a little bit like WWE and WCW?
Yeah, I
could see
that comparison. In a way, but it's not in the way that like the WCW or WWF, whichever one you want to look at, didn't like spawn off from the other and like basically steal people. They were already competing, right? Like throughout time, WCW and WWF were coming up at the same time. So they were just two competitors going head to head. In this situation, this would be like the WWE being the only show in town for a long time, and then some of their own talent being like, you know what, we're going to go start our own thing. It'd be more like if like 4 of the top 20 WWF guys or WWE guys were in charge of starting AEW, the rival thing, and then like went out, stole a bunch of people, and tried to make it a big thing. Like that kind of happens, but like the guys who started AEW weren't really WWF cast-offs.
I don't know the wrestling comparison necessarily, but like I don't think Liv was ever viewed as much of a threat to the PGA because a lot of it was like international type tournaments that they were playing in, where like they weren't getting threatened by like, oh, a PGA Tour course is actually going to take Live instead of a PGA Tour event. Now it was like, hey, they've got to go get events in Australia and all these different places. So it's like, I mean, I'm going to say it is what the Saudis did, but it'd just be like maybe taking like Seth Rollins, who's like a little bit over the edge, like in terms of his stardom, but he still has pop, and they like paid him a bunch of money to just go be the star on this next tour that's up and coming.
To me, it would have been, I mean, there was a time, wasn't there, like where it looked like, hey, like we don't know where this ends. Like I know Rory never jumped ship, but like had Rory jumped ship with Rahm and with Bryson, like that maybe would have changed the math there, because they were plucking some pretty top end talent.
Yeah, they got like 4 or 5. I mean, yeah. If they had like continued to get a bunch of the top talent, I think it would have been viewed more of a threat. But it was like, hey, we're going to get the bottom third of this league, and then we're going to take like 3 of the top guys.
But like had Rory and Tiger agreed, like that might have changed the math. Like those two guys, combined with Bryson and Rahm, like that might have been enough to get them at some courses, because I imagine Tiger would have carried a lot of stroke there if he's like, yeah, I'll play in these.
I just didn't like, I feel, again, I don't know the WCW and WWE stuff, but like that seemed like more of like a domestic threat of like two leagues in their own country kind of going at it. Whereas I feel like Liv was a little bit more of that international type.
I guess
we're going to expand outside of the US to try and get our eyeballs on it.
They just it's a close comparison. I understand Cody's point there, but like there's a couple of things there that keeps it from being a perfect comparison. And then also kind of like the other, like TNA, you remember that wrestling promotion with all the old school guys?
Yes.
Like it was kind of more similar to them, of just like not being able to land like a real TV deal. Like that, to me, that was a big part of Liv not ever really being able to break through, is that like ESPN or Fox Sports 1 didn't like legitimize it. It was like, hey, you got to play on the CW, brother. Kind of like how TNA like never got like the big USA contract, or didn't have the Fox contract or whatever. To me, that was the big difference.
WCW did take some of the top guys, though, right?
Yeah, no, they did. I
mean, Hogan.
Yeah, I mean, they went out and poached some of the top guys.
Scott
for sure. Scott Hall, Kevin Nash,
NWO.
Yeah. I guess from that way, the comparison is pretty good.
Well, meanwhile, Liv is trying to establish a new independent board in an attempt to survive. But you would think losing that money from the Saudis, I mean, that is such a huge amount of money.
Well, yeah, especially when you consider that the only appeal for some of these guys is like you get paid a whole bunch.
Well, you just told me they gave John Rahm $300 million.
Yeah.
I mean, for God's sake.
So like they have to have stupid money to get these guys to take them seriously, because otherwise they're not meant to be taken seriously. It sucks for some of the young players who have put themselves at jeopardy that probably didn't have the huge paydays.
Everyone got a huge payday from them.
Everyone got one.
It's all Saudi money. Like,
yeah, I just figured we had a young player from Tennessee that went there. Like, I just assumed he didn't get like.
Honestly, I'm sure he probably got a good chunk.
I figured like, now look, this is going to sound crazy because obviously it's good money, but I figured his deal was more like, hey, here's 3 years, $20 million to come here, which again, obviously is awesome money, but it's not like the hundreds of millions of dollars. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
Well, another year goes by, and once again, Texas A&M leads the SEC football severance spending because of the Jimbo Fisher deal. They still spent nearly double the second place team at $8 million in 2025. Auburn spent about $4 million. A&M spent $8 million. The Jimbo deal was so bad that A&M continues to lead the SEC in severance spending for another fiscal year. Auburn, Mississippi State spent almost $4 million. Then you got Oklahoma, Arkansas. Tennessee didn't have to spend anything.
That is nice. That is a nice change. It's been a while since we've really had to, pay a fired coach.
There are 6 schools.
You gave Kelly Harper a little money. She got $1 million.
There's 6 schools that didn't have to spend: Texas, Georgia, Alabama, Tennessee, South Carolina, Missouri.
And that was across all sports?
Football.
Just football. Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we haven't had to fire any coordinators, haven't had to fire any assistants. We're off the books for all the head coaches.
We're one of 6 schools that hasn't had to spend anything on football severance pay.
That has been nice.
Yeah, I mean, that's another $8 million we got in our pocket that A&M doesn't have.
Yeah.
Then Oklahoma, Arkansas, Kentucky, Florida, Ole Miss, and LSU had to spend a little bit.
Yeah.
So
we've had some pretty good luck across all sports in that way. Like, of course, you got paid for losing Vitello, which, obviously wasn't a good investment or it wasn't a good exchange, but like you didn't have to fire him. You had to spend a little money on Kelly Harper. That's pretty much it, though.
Nick Saban asked yesterday if he'll ever coach again by Feinbaum.
I assume he said no. Like, he's an old man now.
He said, well, Miss Terry says if I take a new job, I'm commuting. she ain't moving anywhere. So that pretty much answers that. Any news, any updates on Brendan Sorsby that you've seen?
Yeah, they got Brendan Sorsby. They got some more details. We could talk about that after the break. It's Talk Sports on Fan Run Radio.
For the fans, by the fans, this is Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Your tax refund belongs to you, not an identity thief. Over $6 billion in tax refunds were flagged by the IRS for possible identity theft last year. If you're in a bind this tax season, LifeLock can help. They monitor and alert you to identity threats you'd miss on your own, even if you're careful with your personal information. And if you do become a victim of tax-related identity fraud, LifeLock has U.S.-based restoration specialists ready to help solve your identity theft issue. Plus, all LifeLock plans are backed by the $1 Million Protection Package, meaning LifeLock will reimburse you up to the limits of your plan if you lose money due to identity theft. Let LifeLock help protect your financial info, so all you have to worry about is what you do with your tax refund. Go to LifeLock.com, save up to 25% off your first year. The promo code is HERD, promo code HERD, to save up to 25% off your first year. LifeLock.com. Identity theft protection starts here.
Are you thinking of buying a home but don't know where to start? Well, call VFL Josh Travis, your local mortgage expert with Foundation Mortgage, based right here in Knoxville. Whether it's your first home or your forever home, he'll keep the process simple every step of the way. To get started, visit mortgagebrokerjosh.com or call 423-312-9777 today. Foundation Mortgage Company, LLC is an equal opportunity housing company. NMLS number 1387311.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
White Claw is taking hard seltzer to new heights with White Claw Surge. At 8% alcohol, White Claw Surge is a stronger wave of refreshment that doesn't compromise on taste. Available in 4 bold waves of flavor like ripe blackberry, citrusy blood orange, zesty natural lime, and tart cranberry. Check out your favorite retailer in-store and online for the White Claw Surge Variety 12-pack and 16-ounce single-serve cans. White Claw Surge. Please drink responsibly.
Sports trivia tonight at Barley's in the Old City. Gather you and your crew and go check out some sports trivia. Barley's in the Old City. You asked about updates on Brendan Sorsby. Well, Pete Nakos has ran the data. Talked to some sources who have reviewed of Sorsby's betting data said dating back to 2022, he placed more than 10,000 wagers and at one point averaged 20 bets per day. The quarterback placed bets across multiple states using a range of gambling apps: Hard Rock, BetMGM, DraftKings, Prize Picks, and Bet365. FanDuel has to be 6, not be included there.
Yeah, DraftKings
was there, but yeah, FanDuel wasn't.
I guess I didn't hear that.
Yeah, they're the third. So 10,000 wagers and an average of 20 bets per day.
Do we have an amount for wagers? Like, what if he was only doing like 10 cents, you know?
They said that the live betting at the Reds game was anywhere from $5 to $1 per pitch. So it wasn't like he was going crazy on those, right? Like if you're betting $1 per pitch, like that, sure, that can add up and be, $100 during the whole entire game. If he was doing it the whole entire game, you'd be $200-$300. But
For the love of the game, I think we got to give a pass for this.
no, but I will say averaging 20 bets per day is a lot.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Like, if you talk about him having a gambling problem, some people say he had a problem. Like, I don't think the problem is that he's in over his head money-wise, but the compulsion of it is, like, clearly there.
Well, I guess you're right about that. But to me, do they not go hand in hand? Like, when I hear gambling problem, typically I'm thinking it has to be large amounts. You're right, though, the obsessive compulsive of, like, hey, I have to have action nonstop. But if you're betting 10, 25 cents per game, or like on these big parlays, or if you're doing like dollar parlays all the time, like that to me is more of an annoying hobby than it is a crippling problem or addiction.
Well, it sounds like addictive behavior, though.
Sure.
Because, like, let's take these 3 milligram Zins, for example.
Sure.
I do, like, sometimes, 12 of these a day. I got to always keep putting them in my mouth.
Sure.
It's not like I'm overdosing on nicotine. I don't have a problem when it comes to too much of the chemical, but I keep doing them.
Right, but
the compulsion is there.
Right, but do you consider that a problem, though?
I don't. But I don't see it as a problem. But it's probably addictive.
Like
I do think I'm addicted.
The people that spend 7 hours a day scrolling their phone and social media apps, like, is that a crippling addiction, or is that just like a hobby that you could be better suited spending your time doing something else? When I was playing that damn Candy Crush game, it wasn't Candy Crush, but the Royal Match game for 4 hours a day and spending $30 a month on it, like, would you have considered that like a crippling addiction, or just me wasting time?
Do you do it anymore?
No, I don't.
Did you have a problem giving it up?
Not really. But like I did have to get used to not doing it because I would gotta do it in my spare time.
That's probably not an addiction.
I was doing it all the time, though.
Yeah, I don't know.
If there was a moment like I was on the couch and my mind wasn't stimulated, I'd pick up that damn game and start playing it.
I mean, it does sound like kind of addictive behavior, but it's hard to say.
I guess with me, like, I've always kind of thought that, yeah, you had to have things going wrong attached to it to be like a problematic addiction.
If it's affecting your production, like, maybe that could be
sure. And look, this guy might have been in deep. He might have not been able to sleep. His mind might be racing, and maybe it was problematic to him. But when I hear of a gambling problem, I usually equate that to somebody in over their head money-wise, too.
Mm-hmm.
Typically.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I always think, too.
And I don't know yet if we know anything about him being in over his head money-wise. Because like Bubba asked about the monetary value. So far, the only number I've seen, Bubba, is just the dollar pitches at the Reds game.
When you said the total was $10,000?
No, 10,000 bets.
Oh, 10,000
yeah,
bets.
Yeah,
Well,
that 10,000 number was 10,000 bets and an average of 20 per day. Now, you could say that, like, you know, there's the threshold in terms of punishment if you've bet over $800. I think it's fair to say he has bet over $800.
yeah, just even if all of those were $1 a piece,
right?
He's bet at least $10,000,
right? Like he has bet over the amount that gets him. I believe over $800 got you a 30% threshold of punishment.
Yeah, and you got to assume they're not all $1 bets.
Sure,
like some of those are going to be higher.
I would imagine at some point he's bet at least $50, at least. Now, some would say that's still not necessarily problematic amounts. I don't know what the high point is. To me, though, the 20 a day does seem like you said, the obsession was there.
Yeah, it seems like he kind of needed it or felt like he did, you know, if he's doing that much every day.
I think if you bet 20 times a day, it is safe to say that, like, gambler is probably second in terms of what you are. Well, it's like for Sorsby, like his number one was still probably like, hey, I'm a football player, but also like my second hobby is gambling. Because if you take the time to put in 20 bets a day, you're on that app quite a bit. Like I consider myself someone who likes to gamble. My daily average, though, is probably only like 3 bets a day and that's probably on the high end.
But do you do it every day?
Yeah, sure. Most days. Yeah. But like, I'm not doing 20 bets a day and I'm not doing it every day either. But I would say, more days than not, I'll put something in. Sure. Especially during like the NBA playoffs. Now, like, when it's just baseball season, I won't be betting during baseball season unless I'm doing WNBA maybe. And like during football season, I don't bet every day during football season.
Because there's not games every day.
Well, also, I just, back when I was younger, when I was Brendan Sorsby's age, I would have been betting on like MAC football in the
Tuesday
midweek.
night MAC, baby.
Yeah, like I would have been betting on, every Monday night football game, every Tuesday night football game, every Wednesday night football. Then you're back to Thursday. And then you're like, maybe having to take a break on Friday, but now you don't have to take a break on Friday because they give you Friday football too. But honestly, during football season, I don't bet on most of those games. Like Tuesday night, Wednesday night, nope, I don't spend any time on that unless my Kennesaw State Owls are playing.
I'm usually betting Thursday through Monday.
Okay.
So that's just 5 days a week?
Yeah, now, like I would at least put like one bet in on Mondays. Monday would be my light day. Even on Sundays, like if you add up all the parlays and you add up the straight bets, like even on like an NFL Sunday, I'm still averaging probably like only like 6 bets a day on Sundays.
Yeah.
And that's a busy day. I mean, NFL Sunday, that's the prime time to be doing gambling. So like to me, that's the number that really stands out, the 20 a day.
Well, and just to take the time.
Right, exactly.
The time it takes to place 20 bets.
Right. And I'm sure they're parlays and stuff too. So like I'm sure he's spending hours on that app a day.
Yeah, it seems like it might have been a bit of a problem for him.
This guy also just seems to be a real knucklehead. And I don't even say that like trying to be funny, but like the fact you're doing it so much, the fact you're doing it across state lines, but the fact that you've taken out all these accounts, Hard Rock Bet, BetMGM, DraftKings, Prize Picks, Bet365, among others. So like there's even more than that. Like the fact you have an account on all these, you didn't think at any point maybe you might get flagged on this. It's one thing if you picked like, hey, I'm going to do Prize Picks. I'm going to try to stay low key. I'm going to put a couple bets in here and there. But no, this guy was just wilding out doing whatever on all the sites. Maybe he didn't think at the time in 2022 when he was a redshirt at Indiana, maybe he didn't think at the time that this was ever going to matter. Maybe he didn't see himself as a big-time starting college quarterback. So maybe he didn't care. I'm also curious about that. Like the dollar amounts matter to me, but also like, was he doing this last year at Cincinnati?
Well, and it'll be interesting to see the more they uncover because, now he's one of the top names in the game.
The fact USA Today reported that they were tipped off before last year, in August of 2025. I'm going to imagine they had a come to Jesus meeting with him at that point.
Well, see, I was wondering how he got caught, like who tipped him off. Why did this become a story? Because I had thought maybe it was somebody scorned from Cincinnati, but if you say it was before last season, he was still at Cincinnati.
Yeah, no, Cincinnati got tipped off before their season, before they would be mad at him, whenever they would be trying to protect him.
So I wonder who and why this came to light.
The On3 article says it's unclear who tipped off the governing body. Sources familiar said that Cincinnati's AD was aware of Sorsby's gambling before the summer of 2025, but the athletic department would not knowingly play an athlete who violated NCAA rules. Well, you can't say both things there, brother. You can't say you were aware of it and that you also didn't know that you were playing a guy that might be, violating rules, because it's pretty cut and dry that, like, there's strict gambling rules.
That seems contradictory.
Yeah.
Contradictive?
Unless, I guess, they thought maybe he was just doing nothing but UFC bets and NASCAR bets, which would be legal. Maybe that's what he told him. Like, hey, yeah, I do a little gamble, but I bet on UFC and horse racing and NASCAR. That's all I bet on.
He's betting on NASCAR?
No, but I'm saying that you're allowed to do that.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing.
I told you I don't do it anymore. Once my driver wrecked at Pocono with a damn 8-second lead, I ain't watched a race
Cam
since.
Black was on a streak here for
Yeah.
a while.
I ain't watched a race since then. But I'm saying that you're allowed to bet on UFC, horse racing, and NASCAR if you're an athlete. So, like, maybe they knew about the gambling account and he lied to him and said, yeah, no, I do bet, but I just bet on UFC, which is legal because there's no NCAA championship.
You think that's fair?
Not really. Like, to me, it's a half measure. Like, if you're going to ban gambling, just ban gambling. If you're going to allow gambling. But, like, yeah, like saying, oh, you can bet on UFC and NASCAR, but no basketball, no football. Like, to me, like, if you wanted to say, like, hey, under no circumstances can you bet on college athletics, I think that's fine. If they want to say, hey, Brendan Sorsby, hey, whoever in college, you can't bet on NCAA basketball, you can't bet on NCAA football, anybody where your peers are at, but you can bet on professional sports. I personally would be like, you know what? That's fair. That's fine. Now, whether or not the ethics or, the players need to be gambling and while they're young and impressionable, that's a different story. But, like, hey, that's not my decision, and society has said we're okay with it. The CBS article, did you see it, Cody? It was beyond parody.
No, I haven't seen it.
Sam, Bubba, did you guys see this? It was beyond parody, where this is the CBS excerpt. Texas Tech quarterback Brendan Sorsby is away from the team indefinitely after entering a gambling addiction program, which threatens the status for his upcoming season as the Red Raiders prize possession from the 2026 transfer portal cycle. That's paragraph 1. Texas Tech was an overwhelming favorite to repeat as Big 12 champion after acquiring Sorsby this offseason, but has now moved to even money at plus 100 via FanDuel Sportsbook. The Red Raiders' projected win total has also decreased, going from 11.5 at opening to 10.5. And Sorsby is no longer on FanDuel's Heisman Trophy odds list after opening at plus 2,500, just outside the top 10.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I wonder if the guy who wrote that had that in mind, if he did that on purpose.
I'm gonna say probably not, but like surely like somebody caught it. It's like, oh, this is kind of ironic, huh? But like they always want gambling stuff tied into it, and hell, we do it.
Oh yeah,
like we reference gambling lines and point spreads all the time. Like it's all over the place. Not even the advertisements. We all have been beaten over the head with the advertisements, but like it's a part of content.
It's mainstream now.
Yeah, College Game Day is going to pick their games against the spread. They're going to reference the spread. All that stuff.
That's what I'm waiting for them to talk about Brendan Sorsby and be like, all right, and now Miami opens up as a 14.5-point favorite, boys.
I mean, that's pretty much what's going to happen.
It's a parody.
To have that in the second paragraph is pretty good. I like to think that was a smart writer who knew what he was doing. But,
sure.
But maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe it's just he didn't even notice it. It's just that ingrained. Who'd you bet to win Pocono?
I want to say it was Denny Hamlin. In 2000. Was it 2022? Maybe 2021, and he crashed
with an 8-second lead.
He was running away from it.
Was it the tunnel turn? They say that tunnel turn at Pocono can be pretty tricky. There's a tunnel that goes under the track right there.
Let's see.
A little bit of a.
Let's see if I can find it.
I don't know if it's a little bit of a bump.
Denny Hamlin is known for aggressive racing, most notably sending Kyle Larson into the wall. Oh, no. Let's see. What's the other one? Who was the other one that was really good around that time? It was Denny Hamlin and – man, who was the other guy?
Joey Logano?
No.
I mean, him, Brad Keselowski, Kyle Larson, Kyle Busch.
I think it was Kyle Busch. Maybe it was Kyle Busch. Let's see. Kyle Busch wrecks at Pocono. Because there's basically, look, those two were always the heavy favorites.
OGs will remember Steve Parks' wreck at Pocono. Did you ever see that one, Bubba?
I want to say I have.
Back in 2001, 2002. It was a fiery, terrible crash. He was okay, though.
Yeah.
Speaking of NASCAR,
pretty gross.
DR sent this in. I forgot to include it in headlines, but hundreds of thousands of dollars were stolen from Greg Biffle's accounts very soon after he and his family died in the plane crash.
Yeah,
have you seen the follow-up for this? Apparently, the guy, I don't know, can't confirm it, but like the email, like some guy sent an email to like
basically rest in hell, right?
Yeah.
And there's also apparently, don't they have someone walking through his house shortly after the wreck, like a woman walking through his house? Because they also got like $30,000 in cash, didn't they, from like from the house?
I mean, I've seen that. I can't confirm
from
sure. the outlets, but
sure.
It's pretty wild.
What the hell would they have against them, man? That, you know, helicoptered people back whenever stuff was happening over in North Carolina.
Everyone's got rivals, you know. Everyone's got somebody that doesn't like them.
Who's your rival?
Man, I really don't like John Pennington.
Cody, who's your rival?
Did you hear that guy that said every year is year one for a head coach these days?
Year one coming up for Heupel.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Who's my rival? My rival's dead.
Cody won.
David Allen Coe?
Another old racist. I mean, she was
my Uncle Jackie.
She was over 100. You got to think she had some. She probably had some takes, right?
Sister Jean.
Yeah, I mean,
you did win.
I mean, you got to say at 103 or whatever, she probably had some takes that were outdated. I would say. I would assume.
That's a hilarious visual. Sister Jean listening to David Allen Coe.
I like that song.
Nasty old woman.
Cap or facts, Cody won the beef with Sister Jean.
I mean, who's still here?
Yeah, but she went to a Final Four. You ain't been to a Final Four yet.
Oh, yeah, that hurts.
If you live to be 100, you might get to go to one.
Yeah.
It's not like you got to go to a whole bunch of them, you know?
If I were to, for some reason, live to be 100 and we still didn't make a Final Four, I mean, that'd be pretty tough.
I'd imagine at some point you would have given up on the boys before then.
I mean, in 67 years, over the next 67 years, we got to make one Final Four.
You would think so.
What would you set the odds at on that?
The next 100 years?
Us making one Final Four.
You know, before too long, the tournament might have like 228 teams in it, though, so it's going to be hard to navigate your way. You're going to have to win like 9 games to get to the Final Four. 8 games.
They're going to go to 128, then they're going to go to 256.
Yeah.
Everybody will be in the damn tournament.
You got to keep that in mind.
Just make the regular season a tournament. At that point.
Last call on the other side. Stick with us.
Big Orange Country's home for sports. This is Fan Run Radio.
Citizens National
Bank.
Life is more fun with a Good Life account, offering extra benefits, including bank travel. Experience the trip of a lifetime to Ireland. Explore rolling green hills, historic castles, and charming villages across the Emerald Isle. Get in on the fun. Call 865-429-7935 today.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
Are you ready for the start of a new season? Maybe looking for your team to go on a tournament run? Get game day ready with Crumble. Head on over to your nearest location and pick up 12 pre-selected cookies plus exclusive toppers. When you're looking for dessert options, there's no question about who you should call on. Our listeners already know. Last year, the Dubai chocolate was a home run, along with the brownie batter. Oreo crumb was another crowd favorite. What new flavor will set the standard this season? If you're in the Knoxville area, there are 3 locations ready to serve you: Clinton Highway, Parkside Drive, and Maryville. Download the Crumble app to build your best lineup and vote on the best combos. You can even put your bid in to request a new flavor. Order in the app and slide on over to your nearest location. Tell them Fan Run sent you, and as always, it's for the fans, by the fans. Don't miss the cookies.
Hey Knoxville! Surfside iced tea and vodka, made with real brewed tea, is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, with no bubbles and no troubles. That's right, zero carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. Headed to a game day or party at a friend's house? Bring an iced tea or lemonade variety pack from Surfside, or try their green tea and new raspberry tea vodka. Find the can with the sunset stripes this season. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sold at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sunshine in a can. Must be 21 or older. Enjoy responsibly.
Hi, this is Dr. Stephen Malone at Knoxville Smiles. Has it been a while since your last dental visit? If so, I'd like to invite you to come see us. At Knoxville Smiles, it's our vision to provide the best dental care in town in a relaxed, friendly environment. So if it's been a while and you've been putting it off, don't wait any longer. Come see us at Knoxville Smiles. You can schedule an appointment online at knoxvillesmiles.com or by phone at 865-539-1776.
Last call on the program. Might be last call for a trio of NBA teams tonight, Cody, including my Atlanta Hawks. The Hawks and the Sixers are both at home for Game 6, trying to stave off elimination. The Nuggets going on the road to Minnesota to try to force a Game 7. Of these 3 teams, Cody, who do you think is successful in extending the series to get 7 games? The Hawks, the Sixers, and the Nuggets. How many you got?
Well, the most likely would be the Nuggets.
The Nuggets are favored by 5.5 points. That is correct.
Because Minnesota's players are hurt.
Yep.
So I'd say the Nuggets. I would pick them. I'm not as confident in the Hawks and the Sixers.
Yeah.
Maybe one of them. Maybe we go 2 out of 3. Flip a coin. Hopefully it's the Hawks.
Per NBC, Hawks-Knicks Game 4 on Saturday night averaged 5.3 million viewers and peaked at 5.8 million.
I don't like that the Knicks have whooped them twice.
Making it the most watched NBA game in a comparable window since 2001. So, I understand why the NBA has rigged this series in the Knicks' favor. I get why the officiating has been so one-sided, but I would say if I could talk to Adam Silver and the other powers that be, you know who they are, I would say, hey, look, if you got a historic amount of viewership for Game 4, what do you think a Game 7 in New York would look like, viewership-wise? You know what I mean? So, if you're going to rig the series like you have been all series long, how about in Game 6 tonight, you let the Hawks force Game 7?
I'm good friends with an ESPN ad man.
Sure.
And he's really hoping for 7 games in all these series.
Yeah, so you should let him put out the word to people and be like, hey, if we get 7 games of this, that'd be pretty good. Like, they can go back to fixing the series in the Knicks' favor whenever it gets to Game 7. I would fully anticipate that, but there could be some money to be made if you let the Hawks win tonight.
And maybe that's what the script says.
That's what the script should say. Or do you just say, hey, we don't want to risk it. Let's just keep rigging this game, keep rigging this series, and make sure the Knicks get to a second round?
Well, if they were really about it, they'd have the Knicks and the Lakers there every year, you would think.
Yeah. They try.
Yeah.
They try.
They do what they can, but
every now and then someone like Tyrese Halliburton just smacks him in the head.
It's got to be upsetting that Oklahoma City is so good and that San Antonio is their biggest competition, the 2 of the smallest markets.
You would think so. You would think they would hate that. But, I do think, at least with the Spurs case, I don't mind watching them on TV. Now, I don't know if the whole entire America would come together to watch them. Now, I would hope that the curiosity of Wembanyama would get people in front of the TV. And they play some ethical basketball. They don't do all the foul flopping and all that. The Thunder, on the other hand, not only are they a small market, but they're just not fun to watch either.
I heard some guys on the radio talking about Wemby. Do you find him to be kind of the perfect player? Is he what are his flaws?
He's too skinny.
Is it durability? Is it, can he stay healthy throughout his career? Is that the thing you'd ask?
I mean, that's the big question, yeah, because, anybody that's over 7 foot, you're going to ask about them staying healthy. And, the first time he sprains an ankle or breaks a bone in his foot, you start worrying about that. But, no, there doesn't really seem to be any holes. And it's not like you can really post him up. It's not like you can really just, put your body on him and put him under the basket and then just dunk on him because he's 7 foot, 5, he can block your shot.
Yeah, and those damn arms are like tree limbs.
Yeah. he does seem, and Shaq called him the perfect big man, which was noteworthy because Shaq hates all other big men. He always finds flaws with them. But he said Wemby was perfect, which I imagine is what those radio guys were talking about since Shaq said that. But
yes,
not only that, but I do say the way he carries himself is pretty damn special too. His competitive nature and how he fixed the All-Star game by effort.
Well, they were kind of saying his personality might be a problem. People don't really like his personality.
Across the league, probably not, but it just seems like the Spurs love him. And that's really what matters. His teammates seem to love him. So that'd be what you really cared about, wouldn't it be?
I mean, yeah, if you're a Spurs fan.
Or if you're a Spurs player. You might like that the rest of the league hates him. As long as they're not taking cheap shots at him every night.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it would be hard to score a bucket against him, I would think.
Yeah, them versus Oklahoma City will be a great series. It feels gross to be saying I'd be rooting for the Frenchmen and the Spurs, but I think I would be. But at the same time, I don't really want them to win a championship just yet. If he comes in and dominates the league and wins a title by year 3, that seems a little crazy.
Is he the Shohei Ohtani of basketball?
What do you mean by that?
Just that much of a generational player. Is he to basketball what Shohei is to baseball?
Yeah, I mean, you could say that. And then also from the lens of, Shohei Ohtani being able to play both ways. Because when you look at the league, very rarely are the best offensive players also the best defensive players. It's very special to be able to be that. You know what I mean? To be a shutdown defender while also being able to go get buckets and do all that stuff. Typically you do one or the other. And not only is he a top 5 offensive player, or at least has the ceiling of being a top 5 offensive player, he's already clearly the best defender in the league. And there's a good chance, as long as he starts meeting keeps meeting the game threshold, Cody, he probably will win 5
5, 6, 7 straight defensive players of the year.
Who you taking one-on-one in their prime, Shaq or Wemby?
Wemby, because Wemby can shoot threes.
Let's say there's no 3-point line. Just a game out in the garage, out in the.
Well, that would be different because I don't think Shaq would ever acknowledge a Wemby foul call.
What do you call the part before you get to the garage?
Carport?
No, where you have the basketball goal, the road part.
We call it the carport. Is what we call it.
Driveway.
The driveway. Thank you, Bubba.
Oh,
Shaq and Wemby in the driveway.
good one, Bubba. Shaq doesn't seem like the type of guy that would allow you to call a foul. So he'd probably be like elbowing Wemby and knocking him out of the way, having all types of offensive fouls and saying, check the ball up, and then fouling him hard under the basket.
Yao Ming gave Shaq some trouble.
Wemby's athleticism, I mean, you would think that Shaq wouldn't be able to really guard him. Shaq's best bet would just be able to like stand under the basket.
But they say Shaq was the most dominant big man of all time.
He was. But Shaq also said that Wemby was the perfect big man creation.
That's why they call him an alien.
Yeah. They should call him like a test tube. That's what they should call him, the test tube baby. The test tube player. He's built in a lab.
I kind of just wish the top guys weren't foreigners.
Yeah.
Like Wemby's a foreigner. Shohei's a foreigner. I need a great American.
I tried to get you behind Anthony Edwards. You didn't want to do that.
I mean, I could get behind him, but he's hurt.
Yeah. I mean, Jalen Johnson, he ain't went up a level. Jalen Brunson's fat.
I mean, football still has the great Americans.
Yeah, that's right. We got a lot of great Americans in football.
Really no great foreigners.
Really just, soon to be Canadian Diego Pavia. That's really the only competition.
Patrick Mahomes still the face of the NFL?
That's a good question.
I mean, he is, right?
I don't think he is.
I think he is until he's not.
Does it not feel like it's a tie between him and Josh Allen at this point?
No.
As the face of the league? I mean,
not when you consider the Super Bowls. I don't think so.
Yeah, but Mahomes missed the damn playoffs last year.
Yeah, and that's the first real big black mark on his
Plus,
career.
Josh Allen's just so much more handsome.
Yeah.
Do we care going off recent jersey sales? Because we have Saquon, Hurts, Jaden Daniels, and then Josh Allen at 4.
That doesn't really tell me who the face of the
Patrick
league
Mahomes
is.
at 7.
But, it does tell me that Josh Allen's selling more jerseys than Patrick Mahomes. I mean, Mahomes is still the winner, but it is weird to be the winner guy whenever you miss the playoffs last year.
Why are Eagles fans buying so many jerseys?
You know how
they're fired up, brother.
Cooper DeJean.
If things don't go well for Kansas City this year, I mean, God forbid they miss the playoffs again, but if say they don't do well in the playoffs.
Right. Yeah, maybe then it's a conversation.
It may be cooked. Patty may be cooked.
All right, everybody.
Pun intended. Andy Reid would like that because he likes cheeseburgers.
Enjoy your Thursday afternoon. Please, Hawks, just win. Just win. 3 straight losses after being up 2-1 would be pretty sad. I'd be pretty bummed about that. Hope you hit your parlays tonight, Cody, Bubba, Sam. Hope you have good evenings. See you tomorrow.